Tobin and Leroy, ready to deploy. Had to hit it with a little journalism, but that was a decoy. Better have about me, boy. Okay, Leroy and Tobin, hold to the show, man. Still to the sauce with the show, and till then his half moon open. Sometimes go taste like a snowman. No proof of my life, better more than no proof. Like I always wanted him, I never hated him, I never traded him, independent, I never ever traded him. You never know what is a star, like another city, the driver's side floor. Gucci a large, so many more, 10 in the more, never a bar. 8, 10 in the more, 2 to the P. Nothing to you, but it's something to me. Handsome as ever and cute as can be. You can watch it on YouTube with view for free. Ay. This one time for the Twitch. This one time for the text. This one time for the phone line. Whole time wonder what they gonna do next.
You know, I just wish you guys would stop the quibbling.
It's insulting to put a position player pitching against Shohei Ohtani. I mean, that's just ridiculous. I mean, you can't do that to him.
I mean, can we just do this?
Meatball.
Can we do this?
Wow.
Can we just give his stat line from just last night?
Go ahead. People are saying it could be the greatest game of all time.
6 for 6, 3 home runs, 10 RBIs.
Got lucky.
Got lucky.
And by the way, you also forgot 2 stolen bases.
2 stolen bases. Now, I'm going to say this. When I saw the stat line, I was trying to figure out what other player that I have watched play baseball could do that. I'm still thinking. I've seen guys hit 4 home runs in a game.
It's an interesting, I've seen guys hit 4 home runs in a game. I don't know. Bonds, Bonds, but like I almost feel like this was such an interesting mix because it was such a blowout, and you were against a bad team. And Skip Schumacher had the honor because people were asking him after the game. They're like, "Were you consider?" Because they had when he hit the 50th, they had first base open. He goes, "That's just bad karma. We cannot be walking Shohei Ohtani. That's bad for the game." And he said, "Bad night for the Marlins, good night for baseball." Which is, props to Skip. I mean, he wasn't a coward to go out there because there would be some people who wouldn't want to be part of history.
You know what?
Would be part of history.
Soon as they walked, if they would have walked Shohei Ohtani, everybody would have got up out of their seat and left.
Or thrown garbage on the field.
Yeah,
you would have had your own home field littered with Dodgers.
Not even Dodgers. I think some of the Marlins fans would have did it.
But I don't know, man. Like it's crazy to have it. Oh yeah, I'm sure. But like, it's crazy to have a week in a series. All right, you come into this game. History could be made, but how do you have a night like that and it exceeds what he was gonna do?
Right.
What?
Right.
What? What is that? Like what kind of monster talent is this guy? He is a freak.
He's a freak. He is a freak.
He's a freak.
Not to mention, he's not pitching yet. Hey Marcos, you got me lock and loaded for the day.
Yeah, we got a Leroy. Oh no.
Request. Yeah.
Well,
it is. If I can say this, what Frankie Beverly is to black people is what, if you think of the party or the picnic doesn't start until this artist is played. So for Latinos, it's Celia Cruz. Did everybody go crazy when they play Celia Cruz at the barbecue?
Yeah, I think that's a great comparison.
I don't know about intangibles. Y'all gotta, I don't.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know.
Cotton Eye Joe.
You play some Jimmy Buffett part.
But I'm just saying, if you go to a barbecue that is predominantly black folks, my house don't count. These people don't know who Frankie Beverly is, right?
What do you mean, these people?
My family, my in-laws.
Oh, all right.
And Frankie Beverly isn't played, then you ain't at the right place. So, yeah, It was sad because all of his music is fun and about bringing joy and peace and all that. So it's sad to see him go, but it just all I had to do was go to my little, my iPhone and hit Frankie Beverly, and then I could hear all of his best hits.
Louis says the Marlins should retire Ohtani's jersey after last night. That was stupid incredible. So you want him to pull a Pat Riley and retire Michael Jordan's jersey? Like, just Ohtani was here. We saw history.
It was amazing. For the people that were there, for the rest of your life, you will have that moment where, and this is what's great about sports. You know, you go to watch sports, and sometimes your team's not good, but something may happen in any sport. Something may happen, and you go, "Wow, I was there to witness it live." Like, I didn't know that I was going to be at the game where the ball bounced off Jose Canseco's head.
Oof.
Right? I didn't know that I was going to be at a game where Carlos Baerga hit a home run from both sides of the plate in the same inning. Right? Just incredible things that stick in your mind.
Yeah.
And make you appreciate sports.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of like record breakers. Have I ever been to a record breaker?
Or just interesting games. Like,
I've been to interesting games. I've been to games with big stakes. The best performance I think I've seen recently was Jimmy. I saw Jimmy.
Right.
I was in the building for Jimmy's 56. That was
right.
I thought the first quarter that he played, where he scored 28 in the first quarter. I thought that was the best basketball I had seen. And I thought he was going to be tapped out. That's why I was like, oh, that's the best basketball I've ever seen him play. That's the best basketball I think I've seen anybody ever play in person. And then he went out and had more. Like, that was woo.
Right, but that's what makes sports great. Right? You watch sports for that. I get the fans want to root for their team or whatever, but if you're a fan of sports, you go and you pay your money for a game or whatever it is, and you want to see something great. You want to say something you can talk about for the rest of your life. Saddest
history game I've ever been to was the Dolphins-Ravens, of course, avoiding the 0-16, and Greg Camarillo scores the walk-off touchdown.
What do you mean saddest, though?
Well, I mean, just saddest because we were so happy to not be in position of infamy. But
what about
the crying in the stands?
What was the Bears game when they were undefeated? Was the Bears game down here?
Oh, I know what you're talking about. What was that, like 80 something, 83, 84?
When the 85 Bears?
85 Bears.
Yeah, I wasn't there for that. I wasn't born yet.
Yeah, I was -8.
Crazy. Let's get to some headlines brought to you by Doral Volkswagen. Choose from over 300 new Volkswagen models in stock, like the Tiguan, the Teos, and Atlas. Remember, when it comes to Volkswagen, the great deals are at Doral Volkswagen. Shohei Ohtani. We got the call last night on Dodgers radio of him getting into his own club, him opening his own club called 50-50.
On a 1-2, Ohtani sends one in the air, the other way, back it goes, gone! One-of-a-kind player, one-of-a-kind season. Shohei Ohtani starts the 50-50 club.
Wow.
That might be the hardest club to get into.
It doesn't exist until last night.
I mean, because think about this. We're talking about how great Aaron Judge is as a home run hitter. Add 50 stolen bases to that.
Yeah.
Right? It's unheard of.
But it's also like, it would have been so, I think what makes him incredible is like, it would have been so easy to be like, yeah, year where I'm doing half my job. It's the second Tommy John surgery that he's had.
Yeah.
But hey, how about I do this? Watch this. That's what's incredible about it.
He's worth every penny of that. What, $700 million?
Yep, which he's deferred for years.
Right. That's baseball contracts, though.
Is 50
not like
strikeouts
that
in a year impressive?
50 strikeouts like him striking out that many batters.
Yeah. Is that impressive or is that
Not for a
No.
starter? Not
Okay.
for a
Not
starter.
for a starter.
I was like,
I think the number I think the number that makes you elite is what, 300 strikeouts?
300?
No, I think like 200.
200?
200.
So there's only been a handful of guys who've had 300 strikeouts
That's a lot of
in a
that's
year.
lot of pitches.
Because
I was trying to think, all right, what's next? We did the 50-50. What can we add pitching wise that would make it just as crazy, but with a third stat this time? Would it have to be 50-50 and 150?
50,
His
50,
career-
200.
His career high in strikeouts was in 2022, 219 strikeouts
Right. So,
Why is he
like,
so-
listen,
in
Anything-
166 innings.
right. Anything that he does on the mound right now is gravy.
Yep.
You already got the meat. You already got the potatoes, right? If he goes out there and wins 15 games and strikes out another 200, you are looking at probably one of the greatest athletes to play the sport.
But that's why I'm saying, like last night, the Marlins put Vidal Brujan, an infielder, out there because they're getting worked. We're out of pitchers. Hey, Shohei, this guy's gonna try and pitch, and you just see 69 mile an hour meatball. It's like you're gonna hit 51 home runs now.
Didn't he the World Baseball Classic? It came down to him and Mike Trout.
Yep.
If I'm not mistaken. That was also down here?
Yes, it was. He said, I think last night through a translator, this is becoming one of his favorite stadiums.
I can tell. I can definitely tell.
Really, because it's not the favorite for anybody because it's a pit. Nobody can hit home runs here.
Maybe when he takes the interest off of that contract deferred, maybe he can buy the Marlins because he already owns them. Maybe he could actually buy them after his career.
Great. Love that.
Because it seems like he likes, he likes to do some squirrely things with his money. This is the perfect city for him.
For sure.
Perfect city for Ohtani. Crazy. What you got Skip Schumacher after last night's game? Here with Skip.
I think that's a bad move, baseball wise, karma wise, baseball god wise. You go after him and see if you can get him out. And I think out of respect for the game, we're going to go after him. He hit the home run. I mean, that's just part of the deal. He's hit 50 of them. He's the most talented player I've ever seen. He is doing things that I've never seen done before in the game. And if he has a couple more of these peak years, he might be the best ever to play the game. So I just, as a fan, I wish I was in the stands, not in the dugout seeing it. But it's, I'm proud of like the guys that were attacking him and not scared of him. And that's how you should go after it. And then, he hit the home run. I mean, I know Bauman didn't want the home run to be hit, but he hit it. And so, it was a good day for baseball, bad day for the Marlins, but a good day for the game of baseball.
Yeesh.
You know what? He seems very classy.
He's the best.
And they just no.
Yeah, they skunked him.
No, I'm talking about just the organization.
Oh yeah, that's what I mean. I'm
Yeah.
They really great job by them. Oof.
Yeah, they're the only ones left.
Oof.
Right? Every organization in South Florida has kind of, if you had the stink on you, have kind of just put your organization in a place where fans can feel confident you're going to do the right things to win. Might not win, right? But I would say what Stephen Ross has done, what the Panthers have done, what the Pinks have done, right? And the heat are the heat.
They by far have the worst owner in the town.
Right.
That's what it is.
But is it a money thing though?
Yeah, he's broke.
Right.
Broke? I thought he was cheap. I didn't know he was broke.
He's not very rich. Not compared to these other guys. That's why I'm asking Ohtani to buy us. He had deadbeat Jeets running his purse strings for a while. I was at the game Dontrell Willis homered twice. That was a Shea.
Okay.
I was.
Okay.
What?
Okay, yeah.
Hey, hey, wait, and Marcos,
Yes, sir.
I've met 7 million people
Yep.
that have gone to the Orange Bowl.
No, I really wasn't that game. I was
Okay.
I was in New York with my dad. Where is that Shea?
There goes again.
Wait, can I just say this?
Why did I set that up? It's a random game.
Can I just say this? Even stay hydrated champ ain't buying it.
I went to I'm pretty sure this happened. I think I went to a game where Derek Lee hit an inside the park home run and a regular home run.
Okay, dude. We're talking about like life-changing games.
I mean, that was a good game.
But here's the thing.
Classic moments.
You have to understand, if you
Good
did that,
game.
if you did that here, down here, it's they've had some of the biggest stadiums ever to play baseball.
I know, but it was still cool. Anyway.
What about any no, this is I don't know. They're already Miami Marlins. I was gonna say any Jose Fernandez moments? Because he had some moments.
I was at Jose Fernandez's comeback game from Tommy
Alright.
John. I was in the
Alright.
booth with Rich Waltz and Tommy Hutton. We were visiting Rich Waltz,
Nice.
and we saw Jose hit the home run.
What about D Gordon honoring Jose?
No, I
Fernandez
wasn't at that
and
game.
thing? That was classic moment there. But no, we got Derek Lee's 2 home runs at one time.
No, one was, but you don't understand. One was inside the park,
All right.
and the other left the park.
Listen,
It was a
in
good
the
game.
in the realm of things that are worth mentioning,
About 50,
that's probably pretty low on your list.
Mike Mordecai walk-off home run against the Dodgers in the wild card chase.
What are we even talking about?
And you like see how he added cheese to the
Oh,
event?
wild card.
Yeah, wild card chase.
It was a big game.
Okay.
I was at every walk-off home run that year.
Who remembers 50 and 50 from Shohei Ohtani? And don't forget, some guy named Mordecai hit a home
I
run.
went
Now,
to
wait,
Don Hold on.
here's what's interesting. Here's what's interesting. How many people were at that game?
The attendance. Let me see.
Because you
Or the Mike Mordecai game? Or
no
Oh.
yesterday.
Oh, okay.
15,548 is announced attendance.
15,000 to see one of the greatest things that ever happened in the sport, right? And I guarantee you, in our next 5 years, we will meet 37,000 people who said they were there.
But how many even met were at the Mike Mordecai game?
You know, every time I hear that name, you know what I think of? You remember the movie First Sunday? Where was it? Ice Cube and Cat Stevens, and they go into the massage parlor, and he's like, "What's your name?" Mordecai.
Take a break.
First Sunday, I think the name of it was.
Take a break. Back after this. Highest honor.
Hey,
Oh no.
Leroy Mumble. Oh,
yes. Running away.
I think Leroy's singing is the highest.
I'm telling you, that's the highest honor.
I looked it up, Leroy. 25,000 people were at the Derek Lee 2 home run game, one being inside the park. It was the first week of the season, basically, against the Braves. Probably a really awesome giveaway that week, too.
Probably a great bobblehead.
Think about that.
Saturday night.
25,000 to see Derek Lee, 15,000 to see something that nobody's ever witnessed in the history of baseball.
Mike Mordecai, deeper into the season, 12,000 plus. But I was there. I was one of them.
All right.
Hey,
I was one of them.
did you guys? I
I
sent you
didn't think it's that year.
Okay. What was the giveaway that game, huh?
I don't remember.
I sent you guys the clip, the Mordecai clip.
Mordecai.
Yeah,
I just looked it up right now on MLB.com. Oh man, what a shot it was from Morty. Tommy Hutton going crazy on the call too.
Wow, that's impressive that they still have it.
Yeah, it is. It is. I felt like we had better TVs in 2003.
really?
Yeah, sometimes I look at these old, like even Dwayne Wade rookie year highlights, and I'm like, really?
Wasn't it better than that?
Was it?
Wasn't it better than that?
2000.
Well, keep in mind, streaming has,
I was at the This Is My House game.
Oh, that's good. See, that's now we're talking.
I was at the This Is My House game.
Now we're
I was covering it
talking.
for the
I
station.
was like, he has to have been at some of these Heat memorable moments. You weren't at Ray Allen, I'm assuming.
I was not at Ray Allen.
You
I
definitely would've
I was on my couch for Ray Allen.
Which is good. Best spot in the house.
Yeah, I was at my couch for Ray Allen. I remember at that point, I remember looking over and seeing Mrs. Tobin passed out on the couch. I'm like, no sport is ever gonna end. Because it was one of those where she was adorably like, oh, I'm gonna watch tonight. The Heat big game, season on the line. Snoozing by the third quarter. Didn't see LeBron lose his headband. Didn't see the shoe. Didn't see Ray Allen. Didn't see the block by Bosch. She's like, what happened last night? Oh, I don't know.
Even the block. I'd say even the block. Oh, you weren't in person. No one was in person.
For which block?
Tatum getting blocked by
No, that was
no one
it was
in
in the
person.
bubble, dummy.
Yeah, no. But I was like, that's a moment that was recent. He had to have been at that.
No, I wasn't at that.
But that was a moment, though. Okay. That was a moment. Damn, dude. I can go through a Heat plethora, but you're just gonna keep shooting Mike Mordecai back.
Like Mordecai was a good one though, dude.
What did he ever do other than
He won the championship. They had one of the big hits in the 2003 NLCS. Mike Mordecai in the Bartman game.
The thing I remember most about baseball is when who's the third baseman that went to Houston? Not Houston,
Boston?
to Detroit. Was he a third baseman at the time?
You talking about Miguel?
Miguel. When he hit,
he played third base a little bit.
He got a base hit on a pitch out.
Yeah, that was in Boston.
They were trying to walk him, and they got a little bit too close, and he swung at it and hit in the right field.
Yeah, that was on the Marlins. He was, I think they were playing the Orioles. I remember.
How about the broken bat home run by Barry Bonds? That was down here.
I saw that. I was at that game.
Mike Mordecai.
What are you doing, dude?
I hit 4 home runs in 3 years.
I'm pretty sure it was back-to-back nights walk-off. I think Ramon Castro had a home run the night before a walk-off shot. They had 2 huge wins against the Dodgers.
If your name is Ramon, it seems like you should be doing like perfume commercials, right?
He was their third string.
4 years with the Marlins, about 3.5 years.
Who? Mordecai?
Mike Mordecai. He hit 3 home runs. You saw 33%.
I saw the biggest one of his Marlins career.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
All right, now we're getting.
Look at
adding
him.
a little bit.
Look at Mike Mordecai. Does he look like he hits home runs?
They don't even give him a picture.
He looks like dollar store Craig Biggio.
MLB.com doesn't give him a picture.
I'm telling you, dude.
That is rough.
I'm telling you.
You saw probably the most important hit of his career. So now you get a little
Second
bit more
most.
credit.
Yeah, second most.
Who was the second?
His biggest was in Game 6 of the NLCS.
Jesus. I'm impressed. I'm impressed that you're able to track this down. I did get someone who corroborated. What do you had someone who
corroborated?
Corroborated?
Yeah.
Corroborated?
I don't know. I really
Backs
don't know.
up?
Yeah, they back up your story of the Derek Lee game.
I don't have to back it up. I know history. I was there.
Okay, so I know that one's true, but it's just I don't understand how we're going from arguably the greatest moment in baseball of the past 20 since Mark McGwire, Sammy Sosa, or Barry Bonds.
Yep.
And you're throwing
Mike Mordecai in there.
Stadium and Mike Mordecai together in the same conversation.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
Dontrelle Willis, 2 home runs.
Listen, he's right from this standpoint. It's like a whole bunch of guys are sitting there talking, and they all talking about some interesting stuff. And then you start talking about chili dogs.
In a lot of ways, Dontrelle Willis is the closest thing we had to Shohei Ohtani.
2 home runs and a
He wasn't the best hitting pitcher.
Oh, he was the best, dude. Who was better than him? Who was better than him?
Wasn't there a pitcher for the Braves? Wait. Was it either the Braves or
Exactly. No, you can't give me another name. And
Tom Glavine.
No. It wasn't
Tom Glavine. Tom Glavine was a dink and doinker. He wasn't hitting bombs like Dontrelle was.
I gotta admit, I searched top hitting pitchers of all time.
Dontrelle was a monster. They would have Dontrelle pitch it all the time. Like if they here's an example. Dontrelle was such a good hitting pitcher. Yeah. When like let's say a pitcher stunk up the joint, you're in the National League, they would have very regularly. And when I say this, it feels like the Mike Redmond thing where it probably happened 4 times. But regularly, I want to say like 30 times a season, Dontrelle Willis would be your first pinch hitter because they didn't want to waste a utility guy. He was that good a hitter. How many pinch hits does he have in his career?
I gotta see
that. It sounds like you might be overextending your stat there.
I'm just trying to you know what else is a bummer about seeing Ohtani, and it's like, I could empathize with the Angels fan who's like, wow, we had that, and now he's going to be on the Dodgers winning championships
8 times.
8 pinch hits or 8 times.
He went 3 for 8.
That's pretty good
as a pinch hitter. Collecting the most pinch hits by a pitcher.
That's pretty good, dude.
Yeah, you know why? Because they don't ever pinch hit the pitcher.
I know, but that's pretty good. 3 for 8.
He's tied on the list with Ken Britt, but not in attempts in actual success because Ken Brett, went 3 for 15. So as far as success goes, he has the most pinch hits since 1974.
So who was the best hitting pitcher?
Dontrelle.
There's a guy yesterday. I'm not sure if you've heard of him.
No, not. Well,
but that's what I'm saying. Like, listen, Dontrelle had to crawl so Shohei could walk. That's all I'm saying.
Really?
You don't think that there's a possibility? Let me just hear this. You don't think there's a possibility Shohei Ohtani, was he 30?
Yes.
Possible he was watching a young Dontrelle Willis as a baby in Japan, and he was thinking to himself,
"Look at that!
I can do that, Dad."
Look at that leg kick. No, I don't think so. I don't think he was watching Florida Marlins games. 10 years
You don't know what was going on.
Yeah, in 2003, when Dontrelle was...
So he would have been... What is that?
10. 10, dude. He would have been 10.
That's a good sports watching age.
Maybe even 9.
Yeah, he would have been 9. But Dontrelle was on the Marlins for up until 06. So 9, 10, 11. What if Dontrelle Willis was the inspiration for Shohei Ohtani? He's like, I can crank this up a notch.
Really?
Yeah. Never thought I'd be Googling Dontrelle Willis and Shohei Ohtani at the same time.
Is there anything where Shohei Ohtani says Dontrelle Willis is his favorite baseball player of all time?
No.
Or is that like the kid who claimed that Jorge Alfaro was his favorite player of all time?
Little League?
Sure, dude.
But that's a good range of watching sports. Possible.
It's not impossible. Instead of saying it's possible, I'll say it's not impossible.
Dade South says they barely watch the Marlins in Florida, let alone Japan.
Right? Staying up to watch Dontrelle Willis games?
Counterpoint. Ichiro played for the Marlins for a couple seasons.
Okay.
But Dontrelle wasn't here.
Dude, that's true. This
is way out. They were the Miami Marlins.
What if Ichiro opened the portal of Marlins history to Shohei Ohtani? I'll tell you who else was a pretty good hitting pitcher. Jose.
He was. No,
Yeah.
He was
Yeah.
good.
I mean, he was good. Not Dontrell Willis, but he was good.
Yeah.
Better pitcher, not as good a hitter.
It's true. Shorter sample size.
Ethan says Tobin is someone in Japan watching Dan Ugla. His name, Dan Ugla.
Oh, God.
Hey, dude, if you were going to watch some good baseball back in the day, if you liked bombs but not necessarily good teams,
Yeah.
06 to 07, 08 Marlins, that was your team right there.
So right now,
Didn't the whole infield hit 20 home runs?
I think it might have been 25, and I think they were very close to everybody hitting 30.
Oh.
I think they were like one away. Cantu, Hanley, Dan Ugla. I think Mike Jacobs was the bum in that group. Not
so
positive.
8 a.m. games is what they're watching.
Yeah,
Because
a little breakfast with the fish.
It's 13 hours ahead. We probably get a 7 p.m. start over here. 8 a.m. They're waking up on a school day, and they're like, "Gotta watch."
All right, I'm not saying it's, but Japan loves baseball. You don't think there's anything like some Japanese sports center?
Marco
over
said
there?
it right. They barely love Marlins baseball here.
Yeah,
you
but
don't think they're watching San Francisco, the Dodgers, the Yankees?
I'm sure they are, but you don't think they have a Japanese version of Baseball Tonight, where like they go and say here in the MLB, and it's like,
Well, we have
Dontrell Willis
baseball
did
tonight, and we don't talk about the Japan League.
Yeah, I know, but so what? Like in the foreign lands,
But they had players like Shohei Ohtani. Why would they look over here?
because they just love baseball. Like why does Slovenia watch the NBA? You know,
Because it's the best league in the.
right? That's what I'm saying.
All right. You're reaching, buddy.
Shohei Ohtani.
I would agree. I am reaching, but you guys got to admit, not impossible. You can't say it's impossible.
So you're
Can
saying
somebody ask?
there's a chance.
Is there any Dodgers reporters that haven't flown out yet? Could you guys do me a favor?
No,
and
they
could
were
you
out
ask
as soon as that game ended.
If any of them are stuck at MIA right now and you happen to be listening to sports radio, any Dodgers reporters out there who could ask Shohei Ohtani, was Dontrell Willis a big influence on your career? That's all I want to know.
And if he fires back and says who, what exactly?
I'll apologize.
Okay, all right.
But I got to think that he was.
Okay. I mean, no, you got to think that he was, but there's the only thing we can say is it's not impossible that maybe he had been vaguely inspired by Dontrell Willis.
Have I gone 40 minutes talking 03 Marlins?
Yep.
I think you have.
Am I getting fired?
No.
Not yet.
Back after this.
This hour of Tobin and
Tobin and Leroy here with you. Hey, Miami Hurricanes fans, today's the day. It's No Fee Friday. What does that mean? It's exactly what it sounds like, dude. Where you can get your tickets without any extra fees.
Whoa.
Today only, grab your seats for the action without the extra cost. Don't wait. Tickets are going fast. Head to MiamiHurricanes.com/no-fee right now. That's MiamiHurricanes.com/no-fee. Hurry. It's today only. I hate ticket fees. Ridiculous. Fees. And then how about like when you got to pay people and the only option you have is to pay them online.
Yeah.
And they're like convenience fee.
Yeah,
I'm like,
what?
for who?
Yeah, it's true.
It's not convenient if it's the only option. It's the only option. Convenience fee.
That does suck.
What am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to go to your headquarters with some cash? How can I avoid such a $3 fee all the time? Anyway, check that on out. Canes getting ready for USF tomorrow night. 7 o'clock kickoff for the Canes. 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock? 3 o'clock is when we get our pregame coverage going. Danny Rabinowitz, Hollywood, and Brian Monroe will get you set for all the action, dude, as the Hurricanes heading to Tampa Bay to try and extend their record. We're going to see the Cam Ward show continue and roll on. And, the Canes are going to try and stop this Russian train of the, not Russian, not the Putin train, but a rushing train from the Bulls, dude.
Like, no, they've taken over UFC. Now they're going for football.
Got to watch out for it.
Yeah.
But that is, they've been excited. The Canes have been a show so far this year. It has been a party watching Canes games. And now you're kind of dialing up, getting yourself going. But I love the mindset. I don't feel like any Canes fans are too cocky. I don't feel like the coach and staff is too cocky. I feel like everybody's at the right level right now. All right, because we're all thinking it, but none of us want to say it. And I love that mindset. I'm trying to learn. I'm trying to learn from my ways. I'm not long gone are the days of cocky Tobes who would be sitting here after a 3-0 start and dropping a 60 burger on a team. And I'd be sitting here swaggering with my chain out, and I'd be thinking about, playoffs going to be the 1 seed. And I'm not thinking that. I'm not saying it. Maybe I'm thinking a little, but I'm not saying it. And
you just said it.
Well,
You just said it.
People are saying it. I'm not thinking it, though. I'm not thinking it saying it. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Cam Ward, dude. Look at this guy. Look at him.
Whoa.
So have they already left or did they leave? They go to Cal, right?
I don't know, dude. Let me text Cristobal the itinerary.
Oh, yeah.
They're not good. No, Cal is in a few weeks.
I'm sorry. Who they play?
They're going to Tampa. I'd imagine they're just.
Okay. USF. I got it. Yeah. Okay.
How's that work? You got to go. You got a bus to there, or they think they got?
No, they'll fly.
You got to fly, right?
Yeah. You don't want to be on it. Plus, the flight's chartered, so you don't want. Like we did. Belichick did that to us. We took a bus to Pittsburgh because it's hard to get to Pittsburgh. It would take longer to fly. Think about that. You want to talk about Cleveland? To get to Pittsburgh, it would take longer on a plane.
So no bright line then.
In the Northeast?
No, man. To USF.
I never thought about that.
Good promotion.
Could probably get there in what? An hour?
No,
20?
unfortunately, it's not faster. Can you believe that?
To where?
The bright line to like Orlando or whatever. It's still like 3 hours.
Is it less of a pain in the ass to get on a train?
I mean, from what I've heard, yeah. And the experience is chill. You can, hang out, do whatever, order some food, blah, blah, blah. But I'm just like, I thought it was going to be super fast.
It feels like a train would be a great place to drink.
Yeah, true.
We, when I was in Baltimore,
opened up a bar.
We played either the Jets or the Giants in preseason, and we took the train.
I think you're on something, Tobes.
No, it's not. No, you're not.
No, he's on something.
Dude, no, you're not.
You're on the way to the Heat game.
Yep.
Just a little, know, the Metro Mover.
That
What are we
looks. I
running?
thought my wife has thought it was like, should you like obviously I go to a lot of Heat games. She's like,
Yeah.
should you take the train? And I'm like, I don't know, maybe.
Hey,
Let me tell you
it's some,
something.
wait, can I tell you something? It's something about being able to get to your car. I don't care how slow the trip is, but
Yeah.
be in your car and make some adjustments.
And also getting on a train that late. Like the last time I was on a train that late was coming back from UFC, and that was going from Newark to New York. Let me tell you something about that Newark subway or that Newark train.
Yeah.
Dangerous, dude. Dangerous. I'm just gonna say, like,
Hey.
I was like, what is going on here?
You had to keep your head on the swivel.
Oh my god, head on a swivel. I was jumping over
Hey.
bums like they were grenades. It was crazy,
Hey.
dude.
Growing up in New Orleans in the Ninth Ward, I call that Tuesday.
I was like, what? So I'm just wondering. Yeah, I'm wondering if that train experience from a Heat game is good getting to Palm Beach. I'm not sure because but isn't the Bright Line in Palm Beach? It's in West Palm Beach. So then I'm like thinking, sit my ass in 95 traffic for 15 minutes as opposed to just driving the 15 minutes back from my house to the train station.
Because think about this. See,
True.
here's what people don't understand about travel.
Though on the Bright Line.
But
That's
here,
so annoying to people.
Marcos, here's what people don't understand about traveling.
Yeah.
It's not the fact that the trip may be easier, but look at your prep time. If the train leaves at 6, you got to get there at like 20 minutes to 6. So now you're leaving earlier. So you got to include that time in your travel. On the way back, if the game ends at a certain time and the next train doesn't come for 30 minutes, now you're waiting another 30 minutes.
Could
right?
you imagine? Yeah.
True.
And could you also imagine how annoyed the person would be next to me on the train who sees me trying to recap the game, talking about how many rotation minutes should Haywood Highsmith have gotten against the Pels?
Yeah, all of a sudden you whip out a top hat and someone's like, sir, it's a close set. It's not though. It's not.
They have those old, like, because I feel like in the cartoons, the trains used to have like a saloon in the train. Some guy with like a giant mustache and a piano,
Dude,
you know, and I can sit.
in the hell are you talking about?
Why?
Why? Like, for some reason, he calls me old, but he mysteriously goes back to the Wild Wild West with Will Smith and the other guy. And like, and that's the train they riding on.
He's got a pocket watch. for
Yeah.
sure. Oh, what time do you close? Whips out the pocket watch.
You know what? I think I'm going to do that for opening night this year. I'm going to go into a suit, but I'm going to top Ira Winderman by having a pocket watch.
Yes. Yeah, you got to find unnecessary reasons. to
Think the
whip it out,
writers are
but-
cute with their little jackets? Look at this.
Oh, yeah.
3-piece suit and a pocket watch. I look like a Peaky Blinder.
Huh?
Can I just tell you? No, you won't. Because it's going. Let me tell you why. Because after wearing that suit for 15 minutes, Tobin gonna get hot as hell, and then he gonna be in a t-shirt.
Maybe. Well, it's real. I tell you one thing about the Heat games, especially on press row, really cold. Like we're like right under the air conditioner, and it gets colder as the game goes on because they keep blowing it.
Not as cold as that ice then.
No,
Oh, my goodness.
Can I tell you though, if you're gonna fully dress up and have the pocket watch, Miami Heat,
Don't lose.
imagine this guy. You just got blown out by 43 and dove into the
Well,
front.
then you could pull a Burt Sugar and just chew on a cigar.
Gee, Spo, don't you think you should have given Bam more shots there? Yeah.
How are you working this rotation?
That's great.
Has the durability of Jimmy Butler been up to your liking? Do you still think he's playing like porcelain?
And where the hell is Tyler Hero?
Gonna tell you, Tyler Hero hasn't exactly been the bee's knees, Spo. What are you gonna do?
The bee's knees.
Oh man, we'll take a break. Hour Tua. We're Skyler. Next.
It's time for our Tua.
It's our Tua. It's our Tua. It's our Tua. Tua, Tua, Tua. Tagovailoa. Not
Tua Tagovailoa.
A for effort. Dolphins quarterback.
Tua.
It's our Tua. It's our Tua.
Tua.
Tua, Tua, Tua. Tua, Tua, Tua. Can go to hell. Tua Tagovailoa. Dolphins quarterback. Daddy loves you guys.
Our Tua with Tobin and Leroy.
Check the history of
Hour 2 of the program, ladies and gentlemen. We'll make it our Skyler next week.
Yeah. Hey,
Calling the bullpen.
gotta call in the bullpen.
Yeah. Let's
Wait,
get.
You know what? Out of curiosity,
Mhm.
what are you hoping to see this week?
I'm hoping to see ball in the hands of fast guys do really fast stuff.
Okay. I went off on Mel Kiper yesterday. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, this has been the thing. Yeah, everybody has been very mad at Mel Kiper. Very mad at Mel Kiper.
You know what? Go ahead. Do your thing.
Headlines brought to you by Doral Volkswagen. Choose from over 300 new Volkswagen models in stock, like the T1, the Taos, and the Atlas. Remember, when it comes to Volkswagen, the great deals are at Doral Volkswagen. Go ahead.
So one of the things that's truly amazing is that, first of all, stay in your lane. You're a college football guy.
You're a draft
Right.
guy.
Right, draft guy. And your first hot take cannot be this. Right? You gotta warm up to get this ridiculous. Right? Give us some good hot takes.
Mm-hmm.
Then you can unload your nonsense.
Mm.
But has he not been watching football? Because Cover 2 has been played by some of the greatest football teams to ever play in professional sports. And there's been a lot of teams play Cover 2 that get roasted. And it's one of the easiest and clarifying defenses you can play against. See, because when you play single coverage or a single safety deep, you don't know which guy's coming down. So they can disguise it as Cover 2 and then bring one of those guys down in the box.
Mm-hmm.
And so it could confuse a quarterback because he thinks it's Cover 2. He's not paying attention. But Cover 2, a lot of times, they don't even adjust to it. They don't even drop a guy down on the line of scrimmages and drop him real deep. They just line up in it because they don't want you to get deeper than them. And you got to methodically move the ball down the field. It's not the first thing that's happened. We've heard this with the New England Patriots for 20 years, that they'll let you drive the ball down the field and dink and dunk and hope that in your 10 or 12 play drive, you're going to screw up before they will.
Yeah. Well, I think with Mike McDaniel, right? Like that's been one of the things that people are trying to do because they feel like he's going to get impatient and he's not going to do it. Like he's going to call something a little bit wacky or make a call that's, won't just take the rushing, or the easy play that's there. And especially with Tua this week, without Tua this week, it'll be interesting too. But man, that's that I've certainly seen the football world has been roasting Mel Kiper. I think Aaron Rodgers even had something to say about it last night.
Right. It's just
Thursday Night Football.
It's because here, as an offense, no matter what defense they are in, whether it's disguised or not, we have plays to beat those defenses and put pressure on the right guy. You do. Now, if you watch Cover 2 defense and a team that plays Cover 2 all the time, you better have a linebacker that can cover a tight end. That's what made Baltimore so good. They had linebackers to run with those tight ends.
Mm-hmm.
If you do not, then you're in trouble. Years ago, cover 2 was awesome because that guy crossing and trying to take the linebackers out of it used to run a shallow cross across to keep the linebackers in. Then you run something over the top of them, creating space because that linebacker got him. Well, back in the day, you used to be able to knock that guy out. So you used to be able to hit him and then back up. Can't touch him. So, like, the fact that we're looking at a defense and saying, oh, no, if I ever hear a coach or a player, and it's crazy because nobody's ever said this offensively. Well, nobody said it, period, except for Mel Kiper.
I haven't heard. Yeah.
Right.
Is this like his version of banning the shift in baseball?
I guess. But how you gonna stop when teams like disguise it, they roll into it? How you gonna defend? How you gonna say that they're in cover 2? Right? What if they run 4, which is 4 cross? Right? Like there's no way of kind of stopping somebody from playing a coverage. There's not. You know what you do? You run better plays. You exploit it. You run the football.
Here was Tyreek Hill. He was asked about it in the locker room yesterday before the Dolphins ventured out to Seattle. Here was the cheetah on Mel Kiper.
It does. I will say this. It does take the fun out of the game. Like it does. But at the same time, man, like people are trying to win games, and it's up to us, to like try to figure it out. Like that's why people love football because of like how it's played and like all kind of things can be stopped and stuff like this. Like that's the beauty in it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's our job, like come inside of this building and figure out, how do we get, this not ran against us. So, and our coaches, they've been doing a great job all week, man. Like putting the ball in Skyler's hand, like trusting him this whole week, man. So I'm really interested to see how this game plays out.
There you go. Tyreek Hill yesterday when asked about the Kiper thing.
You need really good linebackers to run cover 2. So if you look at a team, and part of the reason why you can run that cover 2 because your linebackers can suck up a lot of that space, right? Get depth, get those crossing routes. If you don't have good linebackers, then it's a moot point because all they're going to do is throw it in the middle of the field.
So you were asked about this where? On Cleveland show yesterday?
Yeah.
You ripped the holy hell out of him? What'd you say?
Yeah. It's just stupid. Stupid. This is stupid. Like, you know what? It sounds like a whiny baby who's saying, oh, he won't share.
I
right?
think it's like, probably one of those things too. I didn't hear his whole rant. Like I saw people talking about it. But he was, I think it's one of those things, he's a big quarterback guy. Like that's his big thing. Mel, who's going to be the quarterbacks that come out? What are they going to do? And you've had all these, we've talked about the quarterback numbers being down.
I did say something about that in Cleveland. I said, everybody's looking at their quarterback saying he ain't got it or he sucks. But if you look around the whole league, everybody can suck, right? I just think that football is very cyclical in that when you see guys have success, then you try to do something similar to that, but in your own way. So for the last maybe few years, it's been the quick pass getting into your playmakers' hands, letting them run, with the football, run after catch, right? It's the quick passing game. You frustrate your D-line. They can't get to the quarterback because he's getting rid of the ball so quick. But what has happened is that now they're putting themselves in better defensive positions to where when you throw that quick route, there's 4 or 5 guys out there right away. And it's not as easy as it was to get those 5 or 6, 7 yards, maybe break one, as it was a couple of years ago. So what's the adjustment to that?
I think the thing that's like every time that seems like somebody's got something cool or that it's successful, we don't always have to ban it, other than the tush push. That's stupid. But everything else, the cheat motion, cover 2, anything that has like this wild success all over the place, people are looking to ban it. It's the wildcat. any of this stuff that people are
Right.
like going crazy. They're like, oh, we need to ban this. And why? That is kind of what makes the game fun, that you can go and win it in so many different ways.
To me, what makes football fun to watch is watching all of these coaches find ways to beat what has stifled the NFL football for however long.
Yeah.
So with this is cover 2. So what are you going to have? What are you going to do to beat cover 2? You need a tight end. The reasons why in the last couple of years that the Dolphins have always struggled with cover 2 is because you have to put pressure on the linebackers. And the person that does that is either your running back out of the backfield or in the slot or your tight end. Hopefully that'll get turned around a little bit where the tight end becomes more of an impact on the game, because once he becomes more of an impact, then everybody else can get theirs.
Speaking of tight end, by the way, my guy, New Kittle, Julian Hill, old stone hands. He's up to plus 2,200 this week.
Plus 2,200.
Oh.
Do we remember?
But it's almost too juicy to pass up.
Well, here's the deal.
They did go to him twice. You got to think one of them's going to. I know, but you got to think one of them's going to hit.
Wait, let me tell you what part of that is why it's 2,200. Catch.
Yes, I understand. He's not doing that. I get it.
You think Skyler has a better rapport with him?
Perhaps they got more reps. You would think they would have more reps, right?
Yeah.
You know, because
that happens, because I'm gonna tell you like this: when I was in Cleveland, every time they changed quarterbacks, Keenan McCardle would get buckets. He would get so many yards and catches simply because he had always been playing with the 2s and 3s.
Here are your fat lines. Oh man, it's already going down. I need to jump on this.
Okay.
I gotta jump on.
Wait, I'm more than sure
I even say
that whatever establishment you use will wait for you. They'll wait.
Cliff. Yeah. And that sucker who bets on Julian Hill. He gave us his $10 again.
It's spicy.
Malik Washington. Plus 1,600.
Now, I would be interested to see.
Bad, bro.
I would be interested to see how they use him this week. Right?
Should he play? I mean, we don't know that.
We don't know that he's playing. Right?
We don't know that he'll be active.
What's the status on Mostert?
I think Mostert was limited, but it seems like we get like all the game questionables, probables, all that later today.
Okay.
But I believe he's been on the practice field.
Okay. I think running the football is going to be key this week, because you got to be able to set it up to where, all that motion and fake handoffs and things, all these things can give Tyler a little more time.
Stunt Steve says, and by the way, happy birthday to Stunt Steve today.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
Julian Hill has got Ted Ginn hands. Stop throwing your money away, Tobin. It's gonna come through. I'm telling you, it's gonna come through. I just feel, and this is almost like a free one because we're doubling the odds from last week. So almost getting like we'll make up for last week's bet if we hit this week.
$10 gets me 200 if you catch it.
Yeah, man.
Value
right there. Tally ho. What?
Wait, no, I don't know what that was. But no way that they both catch a touchdown.
Oh,
that'd be crazy,
so if we hit,
man.
let's just
do a parlay.
Let's do a parlay. Just what's the harm, right? We're just crunching numbers here. But if you go Julian Hill anytime touchdown and Malik Washington anytime touchdown, plus 20,000. Wow, $10 gets you $2,000. $10 gets you $2,000.
That backup chemistry connection. Second team reps. And honestly, Malik Washington could return a punt for all I know.
True.
You never know.
True.
Well, if he's doing all that.
Yeah. A reverse. Maybe he gets a reverse.
If he's doing all those things, then
let's say you go Jonnu,
Johnu.
and Malik Washington. We don't trust old stone hands.
All stone hands.
But if you go Malik Washington anytime touchdown and a Johnu anytime touchdown,
yeah.
plus 10,000.
Okay.
I think
that's a grand.
Johnu and I'm gonna say they're not gonna guard Stonehands, so he's gonna get another chance.
Wow. But 2 tight end touchdowns in the same game? We go from not
Johnu is almost like a slot receiver.
Well, Johnu costed me some money week 1, so I'm not sure if I feel confident.
I can't believe they even got Grant DeBose listed.
What?
What does he do? Scoring a touchdown for the other team and bounce off his face?
Okay. The cause of an interception. Can I place that?
Yeah.
You know, there's some things in sports
Eichenberg
that athletes make look really easy,
Hmm?
and it really isn't.
Yeah.
I've always been able to catch, right? So I don't know what that's like to not have to learn how to catch.
Right. You don't know what stone hands are like.
And so some guys,
Saquon.
like, you can just tell. You can just tell. I remember when Fonz was like 3 or 4. I took him in the backyard, and I was playing catch with him.
Yeah.
He threw the ball. I say, who taught you how to throw? He said, my mom. I said, well, some things need to change here, brother. Like, we ain't gonna have you out there representing the family throwing like that. I had to get him right. You know, like, I'm just saying. Like, some things, some people just never, like, because look, Robert caught passes, but like if I tossed the baby to him, like I wouldn't trust it. We would have to have safety netting, you know, the whole gamut. I'm just saying, like, the certain guys just look comfortable catching it, like, and certain guys don't.
We'll take a break. More to come here on the show after this. Welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy.
Back in stride again, baby.
Wow, perfect. Tobin and Leroy back in stride again.
It's also the name of that song.
Yeah, also.
Yeah, dummy.
Heard.
Yeah. You didn't know that, Cam Wart?
I mean, I'm the one who.
I just got it.
Point for
This is how you gonna treat me, Leroy, after I play his songs? This is how you gonna treat me?
No, I'm just saying. It like you know how you just pay attention because Tobin is Tobin, right? And it's like can't work.
Thank you for the replay. I really appreciate it. Warts. Yeah, we get it, dude.
Oh, man. Mike McDaniel speaking to the media, got some injury notes from him. The biggest being Mike McDaniel is pessimistic that Raheem Mostert will play on Sunday.
Right. I like what they did with Jeff. What's his name? Jeff Wilson. So I'm okay if he doesn't play. I think eventually everything's going to move to HN anyway. So we're good there, right? I need to be honest with you. I have a couple of concerns. The offensive line is the offensive line. Like everybody's had, like I have conversations all over the country, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's talking about the same stuff, right? Everybody's talking about quarterback not throwing for a bunch of yards. Everybody's talking about no protection from the offensive line. Everybody's talking about the same things. So I'm gonna just kind of disregard those aspects of it because it is what it is everywhere. I'm curious to see who's going to be the third guy. And I'm curious if they watch the film and realize that all Tua's picks, or I'll say the quarterback because he's not playing this week, all the quarterback's picks were with Waddle or Tyreek, both Waddle and Tyreek off the field.
Mm-hmm.
If they're going to do something about that. Very rarely do you have two studs and one is not in the game at all times. Like one or the other. So there's that. Who's going to be the third guy to kind of give them an opportunity? Whether it's going to be Jonnu Smith, whether it's going to be because the two guys they had that just got there weren't on the same page a lot of times.
Well, let me give you some updates on them.
Sure.
Grant DeBose is not going to play. And in fact, looks like he has a pretty severe injury that's going to keep him out for a while.
Would he break his forearm?
It's very
Are you
strange.
legitimately asking me that, or are you talking about him losing the ball?
No, the ball broke his forearm, didn't it? He in a brace?
His let me see his injury, what he was on.
You could hear the noise on TV.
Oof.
Like when it hit, boom. Like, wow. Your hands were 5 inches away, dude.
Shoulder. Oh.
So it's like, you know, when you get hit and you go, whoa, you jump back, whoa. Like, no.
Malik Washington, this was Mike McDaniel from Barry Jackson's Twitter, quote, "We want to make sure we are not putting him in harm's way. He's done some good things this week. We are measuring the risk reward. He's either playing under exception, we're not going to risk anything, or a missed opportunity by a day or two."
That means no.
So, yeah, it sounds like no. However, he is hinting, and this is good news, I think. No DeBose. Of course, I got rid of Robbie Chosen. He is hinting. Easy Eric Ezukama.
Oh, that's big.
Could be making his way up from the practice squad.
That's big.
And we know nobody.
Yeah.
And I mean nobody
Nobody
has better chemistry
Yep.
with Eric Ezukama Then old Skyler Thompson. Those two are like a duo for the ages.
Like peanut butter and jelly.
Yep.
What do you mean? A duo for the
A
ages?
duo for the ages, dude.
Hey,
I'm talking. Yeah.
Calm,
What were you
calm
gonna
down.
do?
Calm down. Hey, calm down. So
I'm talking.
here's the deal. One of the reasons why I like him coming back, he's the biggest wide receiver they have on roster.
Yeah.
And maybe he adds a different dynamic to that group. Plus, he knows what the hell to do. So, yeah. All right.
We're talking Marino Clayton.
No.
We're talking Marino Duper.
Moss Brady.
We're talking Moss Brady. We're talking Rice Montana.
And
then you got
Peyton Manning and Harrison.
Yup.
Manning Harrison.
Yep.
But no one competes with.
No one competes with Skyler Thompson and Eric Ezukama, dude. That is a duo for the ages.
I would just say this. That don't even roll off your tongue right.
It just doesn't even sound.
No, it sounds
you
good.
know, when you say that, when they say that for the first time on the coverage,
yeah,
somebody gonna say who?
No, dude, we got it's Eric Ezukama and Skyler Thompson. Easy E.
I've been waiting for this. I've literally been waiting for this for a long time.
You know what we call
I've been waiting for Ezukama to kind of be able to go in and see what he can do, because he adds a different dynamic to that group. Everybody else is gnats.
What we have here is we have Eric Ezukama, aka Easy E, and we have Skyler Thompson, root of Skyler, Sky. What's in the sky? Breeze. We got Easy Breezy, dude. That is the duo that we got. Why are you looking at me like that? Easy Breezy.
Why?
Well, there's a breeze.
Why do you always have to? No.
Oh, dude, I'm telling you, that's what we got.
Like, he tried. Wait. Did you see how he tried to tie that all together?
Yeah, that was.
Just take your steps there. Like, walk with me here. Walk with me here.
I can't walk with you.
Eric Ezukama, aka Easy
right now,
Skyler Thompson, root of Sky. Sky has what the wind.
You know what you sound like?
Easy Breezy.
This sounds like when I wanted to punch you in the face when we were in the Dallas airport and you didn't know what time it was.
No, dude, I'm telling you right now. People, dude, Easy Breezy's coming together. I'm telling you.
You look at two grown-ass men walking through the airport yelling at each other because one don't know what the hell the time is. Nothing says like we two 80-year-olds running. That's not the right time. Don't you know time change, dummy?
You guys hear that?
Hopefully, that's not one of your linemen.
No, it's not. What that is
getting blown by.
Yes. I tell you what, the first time I see that, I'm definitely texting your ass. See, wrong breeze,
dude. No, we're going Easy Breezy this one. I'm telling you, it's all coming together.
What about
then so they don't even have Ezukama there on your list.
What do you mean?
Anytime touchdown.
I'm sure he will be up there, but not now. But bet your ass once he's on the board, he'll be bet on. I did just bet on Julian Hill though. Malik Washington, I did not, because then I saw the comments. I'm like, he's probably not going to play. But I'm telling you, dude, get your kites ready, because it's going to be Easy Breezy in Seattle.
This is like a partial dome. Wind shouldn't.
Is it? No, do they play? They play outdoors now.
They play outdoors, yeah.
Used to be indoors.
Why would it be Skeezy Breezy? Sounds terrible. It sounds like you're
sounds like you're
up to no good.
Good, right?
Yeah, it's probably a little bit more accurate.
Skeezy. I don't think intangibles know what skeezy means.
Skeezy Breezy. You know, like we're adding the SK for Skyler.
I don't think you want to nickname somebody Skeezy.
No,
it's a little bit more accurate for what we're going into right now.
Josh Hart goes Easy Skies. That doesn't rhyme. Easy Breezy. It's right there.
It's got a rhyme.
It's got a
Thunder and Lightning didn't rhyme,
but they're both of storm vernacular. You know,
didn't rhyme though. Like, why you got to be a wordsmith?
You got to be a wordsmith. You know, like the Marx Brothers, Thunder and Lightning go together. You know, like I'm just telling you.
Hey, is it? It's amazing because when I was in Cleveland, Thunder and Lightning, me and Eric. When I got to Minnesota, Thunder and Lightning, me and Robert Smith. I was like, why I always got to be Thunder?
You know. That's a great run right there.
Yeah, that's why right there, Robert said, get your fat ass Thunder. Well, could you imagine if I had Imagine Dragons every time I went in the game? Thunder.
And then like a thunder crash.
Yeah. Now imagine a
no.
Skyler Thompson.
You're gonna ruin it.
No.
You're gonna ruin the thought because
he's got a Zucama. It's easy breezy down to the end zone, Trent. Touchdown Dolphins.
So if they do score, save that right there. Yeah. And we go play it over the touchdown.
Yeah.
Take a break. Tickle Leroy's fancy coming on up. But before that, a great duo is important.
Yeah.
But if it's not easy breezy for you in the bedroom, I'll tell you what'll make it a whole lot easier.
Whoa.
Blue Chew, baby. Let me tell you about our friends over at Blue Chew. Blue Chew is a unique online service that delivers the same active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis, but in a chewable form and at a fraction of the cost. Now you can chew it and do it. Yes, sir. That means no doctor's visits, no awkward conversations you don't want to have, no pharmacy visits, no pharmacy lines. Hate waiting on that pharmacy line, dude. He goes back there. He's got that cage. He's taking forever. He's got his white coat. He knows he can make you wait. Don't have to worry about that with Blue Chew, dude, because it gets delivered right to your door in a discreet package. So go to bluechew.com today. I got a special deal for all our listeners.
Wow.
You use the promo code SHOWPONY at checkout, and you're paying just $5 for shipping. Just use the promo code
SHOWPONY.
Oh, SHOWPONY. You put SHOWPONY in at checkout, you're getting your first month of Blue Chew for free. So go to bluechew.com, and use the promo code.
Tobin, what a show pony.
No, too wordy. I don't need you to say the whole. Just SHOWPONY. Yes, just SHOWPONY. SHOWPONY, and you're getting your first month of Blue Chew for free. Just angry now.
Show
Welcome back, you rascals. Tobin and Leroy here with you. Hey, join the WQM on air staff for Smoke in the Water in Weston for Whiskey Stars and Cigars on Wednesday, September 25th, presented by Edmore Sawgrass Auto Mall. You guys can hang out with the WQM on air staff. Duncan Robinson from the Miami Heat's going to be there. RSVP at WQM.com. It's free to get in, but you need your invite. You get a complimentary cigar. You must be over 21. Drink responsibly. Come hang out with us. Smoke on the Water in Weston on September 25th. That's next Wednesday, presented by Edmore Sawgrass Auto Mall. Official partner, the Main Man. There's nobody better to help you flip your biz and cash out big than the Main Man. Go online to themainman.com, and sponsored by the injury law firm of Cohen and Judah. We're a partner. Handle every single case. Visit cohenandjudah.com to see partner reviews. Let's tickle Leroy's.
Oh, you fancy, huh? Oh, you fancy, huh?
Coochie cool.
Oh, you fancy, huh?
I'm so fancy. You already know I'm in the fast lane. From LA to Tokyo, I'm so fancy.
It is time, ladies and gentlemen, to tickle Leroy's fancy.
Fancy is tickled.
Go around the week 3 slate of the NFL season. But before that, Leroy, we got a little college action tomorrow night. The Miami Hurricanes venture to Tampa to visit the South Florida Bulls. Stupid name. It is not even in South Florida, but whatever. That's what they named their school.
Yeah.
Does that game, Leroy, Canes 16.5-point favorites, does that game tickle your fancy?
This will be a true test that people don't realize, simply because they're going to try to suck the life out of football. They're going to run the ball. They're going to run the ball. They're going to run the ball. And it'll still be a true test to see if Miami gets anxious or impatient, right? This is what it does when you're used to scoring a lot of points. You get impatient. You try to press, make mistakes. So this is going to be a test. They're better than South Florida. But just the style that South Florida plays can kind of get you a little bit, give you a little angst, make you press. So, yeah, my fancy is tickled. I want to see, look, if you're going to go far, you got to win games a lot of different ways. This is one of those games where everybody might have to tighten their chin strap up a little bit tighter. Make sure you got your mouthpiece in. Maybe even put your hip pads in and your booty pads, and let's go.
My fancy is tickled.
Line actually up to Canes as 17-point favorites, by the way.
So nobody's buying it.
Give you one more, Leroy. Your alma mater, Michigan. They are hosting USC 3:30 on CBS, and the Trojans 4.5-point road favorites.
I'll watch because I bleed maize and blue, but I'm not happy.
Well,
I'm got a little, and like I know people say, well, you won the championship. Your team won the championship last year. That don't make me feel good about them getting drug up. You know what I mean? But I told you this before the season. You get 15 guys drafted. Like, yeah, that's going tough sledding.
Tough sledding. Let's get over to the NFL slate, Leroy. 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
The New York Football Giants 0-2 visit your Cleveland Browns 1-1 on the year. Cleveland, a 6.5-point favorite at home. Take your fancy?
Yes, it does. It does.
My fancy is
Deshaun Watson played halfway decent last week. It's just, which is weird. Played a good game and threw for 180, right? That's where we are now. So I want to see him take that next step. I want to see him, Amari Cooper. They have Jerry Jeudy now. Jerry Jeudy. I want to see them get it going, especially when, they got to run it with Jerome Ford right now. They don't have Chubb. So yeah, I want to see him get it going. I want to see if they can continue to do it and kind of support that defense that you put so much on for the last 3 or 4 years.
1 o'clock, Leroy. The Green Bay Packers at 1-1 are visiting the Tennessee Titans, who are 0-2. Jordan Love is questionable for this game. He was limited in practice. Could be beating science. He could be beating science.
Or counterpoint, the injury wasn't as bad as previously thought.
Hard to say.
Okay.
Hard to say.
Okay.
But does the game tickle your fancy? Packers
Yes,
Titans.
Let me stop lying. No.
Okay.
It's not the Packers, because I always like to see, the young quarterbacks. It's the Titans. Like, but Levis, come on, buddy. What are you doing? He is finding more exceptional ways to throw the ball to the other team, right?
Yep. Sure is. Also, Leroy, at 1:00, the Bears visit the Colts. Indianapolis is a 1-point favorite at home. Bears 1-1, Colts 0-2. Does this game tickle your fancy?
Yeah, it does, because I always like watching again.
My fancy is tickled.
Still waiting to see Caleb Williams explode.
Mm-hmm.
But like, to expect them to explode when your quarterbacks that you're paying $50 million a year aren't, it's kind of tough, right? So
maybe he'll take that demeaning advice from CJ Stroud and ball out, Speaking of CJ Stroud, the 2-0 Texans are visiting the 2-0 Minnesota Vikings, yet Houston, a 2-point road favorite. Tickle your fancy?
Yeah. Yeah, because am I as shocked as everybody else with Sam Darnold?
Of course.
And it's interesting to see, because Minnesota's been playing pretty good, and for some reason they think that it don't matter because Houston's just that good. I'm curious to see, are they that good, or did they were able to take advantage of the easiest schedule in football last year?
At 1:00, Leroy, a lot of eyes on this one. The Philadelphia Eagles 1-1
against
visit the
Leroy and Dan Days.
Yep, the high-powered New Orleans Dan Day, Leroy Horde, New Orleans Saints. 2.5-point favorites in the Superdome, not even getting the 3-point respect.
I think this is big. This is probably one of those games of the week, because are you really sold on Philly? Like, here, the more mistakes that their coaches make, are we going to start looking away from the players and start looking more at the coaches? Because, like, yeah, it's tough sledding for him right now. But I'm interested to see, like, is this for real with the Saints? Is it real? Like, we'll see.
I'm hoping we're getting primed for a boat race. That's what I'm hoping.
You want Philly to get boat raced?
Oh, yeah.
You don't like Philly?
Oh. It's not that I don't like Philly. It's just I like seeing where the drama is, and I feel like that's going to get
listen, if there's a boat race in either Philly or New York, that's key.
Yep.
Right?
The 2-0 LA Chargers, though Justin Herbert is questionable, take on the 2-0 Pittsburgh Steelers. Pittsburgh, a 1.5-point favorite at home. Does that tickle your fancy, Leroy?
Yep. I want to see Justin Fields.
My fancy is tickled.
I want to see if he can play well enough to keep that job forever. Because it's getting to the point now, and I know Mike Tomlin, if we win, we ain't changing. Like that, you can't lose the injury to hurt. You can't lose the position to injury. Well, he could come back and say, well, you never had the position. Right? He could say that to Russ. You ain't never had it. You were still competing for it.
Yep.
So,
all right, Leroy. See if I can get this one out. 1:00.
Uh-huh.
The 0-2 Denver Broncos.
Nope.
Okay. Fancy, not tickled.
Sorry, Baker. But they are.
I'm interested in Baker, but I can't watch them.
Tampa's a 6.5-point favorite.
I can't. That might not be enough.
Let's get to the 4:00 slate. 4:05. The Carolina Panthers.
Nope. Clean slate for the
Fancy,
next.
not
Go.
tickled.
I'm not going to be switching channels back and forth to watch that.
This is probably one of the juicier ones of the afternoon, Leroy.
Mm-hmm.
The Baltimore Ravens are 0-2, and they visit Jerry's World to take on the 1-1 Dallas Cowboys. And Baltimore is a 1-point road favorite at 425. Take your fancy?
This is a battle of the dumpster fires, right? Think about this. If Lamar loses and goes 0-3, or if Dak loses and goes 1-2, it's going to be a dumpster fire either way, right?
Oh, yeah.
This is like if you talking about the last game you want to see Philly. Well, this is a win-win if this is what you're looking for.
Crazy. 425, Leroy, the San Francisco 49ers visit a very banged up LA 0-2 Rams team. San Francisco coming off the loss to Minnesota. They are 6.5-point road favorites.
Who's more banged up? They're banged up too.
Fair.
Right. I don't know. I just think LA is more banged up. And like, put it this way. San Fran can get by with a few hurt players. The Rams cannot.
Yeah, the Rams look like they won't have Debo, but
You mean the 49ers won't have Debo?
I'm sorry, the 49ers won't have Debo, but the no Puka Nacua. You got Cooper Kupp.
Cooper Kupp he's solid hero.
Since,
He's Rams solid hero.
Since the Triple Crown and the Super Bowl, yep, he has not been able to stay on the field. All right, Leroy, what about this one? 425, the Detroit Lions looking to bounce back, visit the Arizona Cardinals, but Detroit a 3-point road favorite.
It's kind of crazy because, like, do we have to look at Arizona a little bit differently?
I mean, they threw some. They were fun last week,
right? Exactly. But no.
Why?
Yeah, I'm no because I like the Dolphins play, so I'm like I can't be going through a whole bunch of games. I got to pay attention to this one. You know,
I understand. You mentioned it. 405, the Miami Dolphins.
Yep.
Skyler's the limit. Easy breezy, maybe.
Hey, can you stop?
Sorry.
He hasn't even been like, it's not even confirmed.
It's taken. I mean, it might be, though. It might be.
Okay.
It might be. See if I'm getting tomatoes thrown at me online. People don't like it.
I told you.
Anyway, the Seattle is a 4.5-point favorite over the Miami Dolphins. Does this game tickle your fancy?
Yes, absolutely. I want to see the sign of a good team is when one of your stars go out, you have enough on the team to hold down the fort till they get back. So I'm interested to see from the coaching staff, from the player, the play calling, to what the offense looks like, to does the defense put more pressure on Geno Smith, to all these things, right? I want to see this is more of a determination of how good your team is. Because if you have to play a whole season and pray that nobody gets hurt, and if somebody gets hurt, then you can't win, then you don't have a good enough team anyway.
Sunday Night Football, the Kansas City Chiefs visit the Atlanta Falcons, who, of course, coming off their Monday Night Thriller.
I'm gonna watch.
Let me get to say my question.
I got moderate tickles. Like, I'm just watching it because it's Sunday Night Football, right?
My fancy.
You watch Sunday Night Football, you watch Monday Night Football, regardless of who the two teams are. So, I mean, is the interest the two teams or the interest Sunday Night Football? That's all I'm saying. Moderate tickle.
All right.
Leroy.
It's like he's picked up Gucci Leroy. Monday Night Football, Jaguars 0-2 visiting the Buffalo Bills. Buffalo is a 5-point favorite at home. Take your fancy?
Hey, what would you like more? Buffalo to lose or Jacksonville to go 0-3? Buffalo to lose, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Gotta catch up.
Yeah, okay. All
right.
Fancy not
take your fancy?
tickled.
Yeah, Monday Night Football.
My fancy is
I told you Monday Night Football and Sunday Night Football, regardless of what the games are, you watch. Same thing with Thursday Night Football.
What about this other Monday night game, though?
Oh, there's two.
Commanders.
No.
Bengals.
Oh, and Bengals? Wait. and Bengals. So
Yep.
we watching everybody's lovable quarterback shake his wrist versus the new guy.
Not only that, Cincinnati is a touchdown and a half favorite, 7.5 point favorites, prime time at home.
I got to tell you,
Hmm?
I might have to invest a chili pepper in this one.
All right, there you go. Tickled his fancy. We got him.
My fancy is tickled.
That is Tickle My Funcy. Take a break. Get you caught up with some headlines, a lot of injury news from Mike McDaniel. We'll get you on coming up next. Welcome back. Tobin and Leroy with you, 560 WQAM. Leroy, can you get a weather update from the Demesman and Dover Law Firm? Your accidentattorneys.com. Free consultations 24/7. Call them at 866-954-MORE.
As days have gone in South Florida as of late, it is a pretty beautiful day out. I don't see hardly any clouds. Whoops, hold on. My mic came off. I don't see hardly any clouds. There's a light breeze. Can't tell you which way the wind's blowing, but if it's coming out of the same way it was, it's coming out of the west, northwest. And I got to tell you, it was a little, when it rained yesterday, it got into the, when I got up this morning, it was in the 70s. So I'm going to say it's about 85, 86 degrees.
How you do, Frog Boy?
They have it currently listed at about 88 degrees, winds out of the northeast, partly cloudy skies this morning. Thunderstorms more likely during the afternoon.
Here's what's crazy about that. All these other days that I've talked about the weather, it's been overcast, and it literally looked like it at some point is gonna pour. There's no clouds. The windowplex. I'm looking out the windowplex in all directions. I don't see any clouds.
You did you deal with torrential downpour yesterday, Leroy?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I felt bad because
it ran for like 45 minutes, and it water everywhere.
I did my first ever Instacart order yesterday, and it wasn't raining when I ordered it. Or was it raining when those groceries got there?
What happens is you like hold your groceries hostage for a bigger tip?
I don't know. Honestly, I felt bad. I even messaged them like, "Hey, I know it's raining bad. If you want to wait till it dies down, no problem." But they angrily went up the stairs, dropped off the groceries, and as I opened the door and said, "Thank you," they were very angry.
Jeez.
Why do you think you?
I mean, I can't control the weather.
You know, not everybody's built to be a mailman. Because they take an oath.
Oh, do they? That mail's getting delivered.
Yeah, but remember back in the day, the mailman used to park his little car at the end of the road and walk?
Sometimes.
Yeah,
not my mailman.
No, not now.
My mailman does the as he goes. Let's get the headlines brought to you by Doral Volkswagen. Choose from over 300 new Volkswagen models in stock like the T1, the Taos, the Atlas. And remember, when it comes to Volkswagen, the great deals are at Doral Volkswagen. We talked a lot of Shohei Ohtani in the first hour, but he was incredible yesterday. 6 for 6, 3 homers, 10 RBIs, 2 stolen bases, sits at 51-51. Meatballs by the Marlins position players at the end of that one.
What do you expect him to throw? Heat?
I just like, you know, when you go up there and you're like, hey, Ohtani's coming up, just, you know, don't throw up a 69-mile-an-hour meatball.
Wait a minute. He's up. What is he supposed to throw? High heat?
Knuckleball? I don't know. Throw something.
Oh, knuckleball.
Give the
knuckleball. There you go.
What are the odds that if you were on the mound,
you
had 10 pitches and Shohei Ohtani was on the other side? Do you think that there's a way he does not hit a home run within those 10?
If he throws 4 balls in the ground and walks him.
If they're hittable?
Yeah, like hit and you know, if he fouls them off, that's it.
Only if he hits it to the deepest part of Marlins Park. Only by luck.
I'm just trying to think, is there any way
I would do it this way.
You strike that guy out.
I would throw lob balls.
Lobs, right?
Because his exit velocity is going to be so much lower if you throwing meatballs up there.
His exit velocity on a 69-mile-an-hour meatball looked pretty fine.
Also, I've seen him break a ceiling before with a baseball, so it's not out of the question he can actually hit it out of the park.
I was not at the Giancarlo Stanbrook scoreboard game.
Where were you, dude?
I don't know.
Miami's biggest moment.
I mean,
wide
I was
left.
at the game when Tobin and Robbie jumped into that nasty pool.
We were there for that. That was against the Giants.
That's a bit of a moment.
It was a comeback win.
Yep.
Man, depending on who you ask, that's a bit of a moment there. Sweden said if Tobin was at bat and a pitcher threw him a meatball, he'd try to eat it.
He's right.
Let me tell you something.
Meatballs.
I am a fan of Laspada's meatball sub. That
Yeah.
thing is delicious.
Anthony's coal-fired pizza meatball.
No.
Oh, get out of here, dude.
I don't like when the thing about Anthony's is sometimes when they toast the bread, it's too crunchy.
Yeah, well, it's that's their coal-fired style, but a meatball, dude. It's a meatball.
I got you.
I don't know. Do you think anybody yesterday, like how much of a fight do you think it was for the 50th and 51st home run balls?
I don't know, but I know the guy didn't give it back. He got out of there. He hightailed it out of there.
That's good.
Smart move.
So, like, I mean, sucks for Shohei, or you think he's like?
I mean, it sucks for Shohei, but like, them's the break. Sorry, going to get my $1 million for this ball. See ya.
You think that ball's $1 million?
Hell yeah, someone's going to pay a lot of money for that baseball.
Do you think he'd buy it back, or it just out of like?
I don't think that's ever been done. I don't think guys buy their own baseball. Like, you got to really, and I don't know why, but like, you got to rely on the kindness of strangers.
Let me ask you this:
Always get screwed.
What if he traded? What if he traded the ball for the bat?
For the bat that hit it?
Yeah. So you have to get some. Or what if Shohei signed the jersey for the ball?
Nah. Sorry.
No.
I'm gonna give it. I'm gonna sell it to Charlie Sheen for big dough.
You know, it's funny. Shohei, the way he organized his contract, he couldn't afford the ball.
True.
He can't
Too
buy
much.
It's too expensive for him.
In 15 years, though, I'm gonna be rich as hell.
Shohei's like, what if we roll dice for it?
Oh,
Because he's just got a nasty gambling habit.
Of course.
Oh, I mean, my translator.
Oh yeah, like translator.
Yeah. I'll tell you one thing, Scandal doesn't get past this guy. He's like, whatever. 50-50.
So 51 he didn't get either. 50 was
I don't know about 51. I think 50 was the one that I saw that he did
So
not.
the 50-50 is the most important one.
Yeah, I think that's the never been there before.
Okay.
But I don't know.
That is impressive. And as a, like, let's say the season, I don't know how many more games are left, but let's say he ends up at 55. If you're Shohei, do you want 55 or do you want 50? Like, which one is more important to him once the season's all
Like, once I think you want the record setter.
the records? Okay, you don't want the.
But I don't know which one. Like, if you ask me, like, what went for more money, like Mark McGuire's 62nd or 70, I wouldn't know. I think 70 did, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Barry Bonds, you know, you want the last one or the record?
According to TMZ, they believe the ball would sell for 500,000 when they went to an auction expert.
That's it, though.
500,000, a lot of money, dude, for catching a baseball.
It is, but this has never been done before. This is not the guy who set the record and now he's in first place. This has never been done.
Yeah, never been done before.
Never been done.
Never been done.
Maybe that's at the bottom. Like, if you get two big time collectors going at it for this, you know,
gotta find out who has reckless money. We got to get them on this because this value.
Well, everybody down here buying teams says they have reckless money, but then when they buy the team, they're broke.
Where's that Bitcoin guy? Is he still available?
No, he's in jail.
Hell.
Okay. Well, all right.
He's available. I think there'd be some pretty pissed off people if he bought a baseball for 500,000.
That's fair. Tom Brady. We'll get Tom Brady to do it.
I remember Tom Brady got his what was it? Was it a jersey stolen or a football? I think he got his jersey stolen from a Super Bowl.
Dang.
That was a huge scandal.
And didn't he have like, oh, this is my final touchdown or something like that, and then came back for a year?
Yeah,
that's true. That did happen.
I was like, oh,
that did happen.
Totally devalued.
You got to speed up that auction.
Well, this needs to be gone by the end of the day.
We'll take a break, get back into the Dolphins, give you some updates from Mike McDaniel, and look ahead to this matchup. Back with more for this.
Dolphins, the greatest football team.
Let's get to a little 15 minutes of game day uncensored, brought to you by Lexus RX, the luxury SUV for those who never want to lose their edge. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer. Oh, hello, Jennifer.
Hello, Jennifer.
12:30.
Hello.
12:30.
Not 12:30.
I mean, eventually, you're just gonna be making cameos.
Yeah. Welcome on in.
Thank you.
Miami Dolphins getting ready for the Seattle Seahawks. Miami Dolphins. Tua is going to travel with the team, by the way, to Seattle.
Which is a good sign.
Great sign. Great sign.
Which probably means they're erring on the side of caution. Because usually if you still have some residuals, they don't travel. You won't travel.
Yeah, everybody's been very very positive about, with how his, I guess, spirit has been around all this. They say he's been in a good mood. He's been helping his teammates. And that was, I guess, some of the question that he has been, was he going to go? And he is. Tua is going to travel. He is going to go with the team.
Being a leader is being a leader all the time. How much practice? Go back to the last one. How much practice can he do, even though he can't practice with the team?
No, he can. I think he can be at practice, but he can't.
He can be at practice, but he can't. So his workouts would be on the side.
Yeah, I don't even know if he can work out the side or if he could just be present. Like
because you can still like rehab. So
because I don't think anybody's going to ask him like what part of the part of him being on injured reserve. I don't think there's any asking of like what part of the protocol is he in.
Which is the most, the most important part. Nobody wants to answer that question every damn day.
Yeah. But here is Mike McDaniel. He said that Grant DeBose is out for Sunday's game. He was pessimistic, but would not rule out that Raheem Mostert will play. Malik Washington has been limited, and they're they're not ready to say whether or not he is going to play. He says that they feel good about his progress, but they're measuring risk reward on Malik Washington. Eric Ezukama is a possibility to say. He says he's in the mix. So we got that. Terron Armstead said yesterday that he is going to play.
Mm-hmm.
So that is that's your injury stats for all of the Miami Dolphins.
Should we just start calling him Kane?
Who?
From Mortal Kombat?
Because he's got the cyber arm.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
Well, half the offensive line gonna have that thing.
Yeah. The shoulders. There's a lot of shoulder injuries for sure.
You know why? Stop reaching.
A lot of reaching going on, dude. Man who doesn't have to reach, but has a long reach. Calais Campbell. He spoke yesterday, and he said, "Good teams don't lose 2 in a row." Here was the monster.
Well, I mean, it just comes down to execution, and getting back to the fundamentals. Good teams don't lose 2 in a row. Everything's circumstantial, whatever. But in this business, you got to find ways to win. When you on the road, you got to bring your special teams and your defense. So the message really is just like just lock in on the small details. Try to make sure we're executing at a high level. With great enthusiasm and effort, and just play football.
There you go, Calais Campbell. Good teams don't lose 2 in a row, Leroy. I don't think. Look, I think the Dolphins. I think it's important for them to have a good showing for sure. I know this is not an easy ask to go across the country to go get this win, and I think Bees tweeted out yesterday. Mike McDaniel as a road underdog is 2-9 in his career so far. But I think it would be nice, if the Dolphins were able to just pull one off that they're not expected to get. I do think it goes a long way.
A lot of people feel a little better about what's ahead.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Calais, though, he used to play in that division. He's very familiar with Seattle. Says he's had a lot of good games against the 12th man.
It's one of the loudest stadiums in football. Might be the loudest stadium. But I mean, it's football. The best way to quiet it down is to make plays. It's an emotional game. If they start making plays, and the crowd gets more into it. When we start making plays, they get out of it. So we got to make some plays and quiet the crowd early. But it is very loud stadium. And I've played there, quite a bit. And I always love playing there. For some reason, I've always had really good games there. For the most part, I've had some really good games there over the years. And, I think part of that is because they have such a good home field advantage and such a good crowd. You kind of want to make plays to try to, quiet them up a little bit. So, but they are, playing really good ball right now, finding ways to win tough ball games. The crowd's going to be into it, in the home game, so it's going to be a challenge for sure. We're going to have to bring our A game.
Monsters aren't scared of crowd noise.
Nope. Crowd noise is scared of monsters.
There was actually
you know what? I played, how about this? I played in every NFL stadium except one.
Down here?
Yep.
Oh.
Never played in Miami.
What was there ever a crowd that actually affected you guys? Like that, is there ever a time where like the actual atmosphere was so loud it actually messed with you?
For me personally,
or anybody on your team.
When I was in Minnesota and I went to Oakland to play the Raiders, because I don't know whether I was scared out of my mind because even if I heard, I wouldn't know what to do. And the noise didn't make it better. So it just seemed extra loud because I was really trying to concentrate on what he was saying so I would know what to ask in the 20 seconds we had. So yeah, that. But other than that, there's been some, like, Minnesota has had a very loud stadium. Green Bay, very loud. I played in, some places where like it's always loud, the visiting team, but some stadiums are just like, oh my goodness, loud, right? When we were in Cleveland, went to Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh was one of those places. Cincinnati, meh. Houston, meh. So it's kind of one of those things that also I think Kansas City, oh my goodness, definitely. Kansas City was crazy. And it rained so much one time we had to change clothes at halftime because you go in through the dugout. We went in through the dugout and it flooded. So everybody had to walk through like a foot and a half of water.
They used to share a place with the Royals?
I think so. Or no, the way their stadium is built, you go kind of down the stairs and.
Oh, okay. I got you.
Right.
Weird.
So, I mean, in Minnesota, the visiting team had to go up 2 flights of stairs to get to their locker room.
Well, if one were to ask you, Leroy, theoretically, would crowds or anything affect your picks?
No, sir. Listen, as a Prize Picks aficionado, I'm going to help you guys out because Prize Picks is America's #1 daily fantasy sports app with over 5 million active members, including me. Prize Pick is the easiest and most exciting way to play daily fantasy sports. All you have to do is pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections and watch the winnings roll in. Prize Picks is the only real community. Oh my God. Prize Picks is the only real money daily fantasy platform with an injury insurance policy so that your lineups stay in play even if one of your players get injured. And guess what? You get paid quick. You can get your pay withdrawal in as quick as 15 minutes. Here's what I got going on right here. I got a six player Prize Pick. Caleb Williams is an automatic one for the week of September. You don't have to worry about that. They give you one. Okay. So I'll put it up on Twitter. You can go there and get it. If you want to take part in it, all you have to do is download the Prize Pick app today and use the code WQAM and get $50 instantly. When you play $5, that's code WQAM on Prize Picks to get $50 instantly. Even if you don't win, you still get the bonus. It's guaranteed. Prize Picks, run your game. Must be present in certain states. Visit prizepicks.com for details.
Oof.
Check it out now.
Welcome back. Tobin and Leroy here with you. 560 WQAM. Take you guys up until 2 here on the program. We'll get to a mixed bag here in just a second. I want to let you guys know you can join the WQM on-air staff at Smoke on the Water in Weston for whiskey, stars, and cigars. Wednesday, September 25th. That's next Wednesday. It's presented by Edmore Sawgrass Auto Mall. Enjoy fine whiskey, a good cigar, and sports talk with the WQM on-air staff. And Duncan Robinson, sharpshooter from the Miami Heat, all-time leader in Miami Heat three-point makes, fellow Michigan Wolverine of Leroy Horde, the Dunkyard Dog. If you guys want to go, RSVP at WQM.com. That'll get you an invite and a complimentary cigar. Must be over 21. Drink responsibly. Come hang out with us at Whiskey Stars and Cigars. Wednesday, September 25th at Smoke on the Water in Weston. It's presented by Edmore Sawgrass Auto Mall. Official partner, the Main Man. There's nobody better to help you flip your biz and cash out big than the Main Man. Go online to themainman.com. It's sponsored by the injury law firm of Cohen and Judah, where a partner handles every single case. Visit cohenandjudah.com to see partner reviews. Marcos?
Hey, question.
What? Yeah.
So I had my little setup here with my little iPad. My notes had it all written out. It blacked out. How can I stop my, like, you know, when you, like, even your iPhone, if you let it sit too long, it goes black.
You gotta go to display set. So go to settings and display, and you can turn that off.
Okay.
That's how you do that. So hit the little gear wheel.
I just lost my little spot, and I'm like, oh.
It happens. It happens. But listen,
No,
at least,
I'm not worried. I'm not.
At least I didn't throw a lizard on you this time around.
that might. I'm surprised. You know what? Think about this.
You kept your cool.
I didn't cuss.
I was very impressive. You were very close to cussing me.
I was close. Oh, man.
Guys get up and you're like, what just happened?
You ready? Guess what my picks are?
Yeah, what are your picks?
I got Deshaun Watson.
More
than 200.5 yards.
Okay.
CJ Stroud, less than 263.5.
Okay.
Baker Mayfield, more than 241.5.
Hmm.
Jerome Ford, more than 49.5 yards. And Derrick Henry, more than 66.5 yards.
What do you have for Frog Boy Croaks? Over 2.5?
Over 2.5.
More than 2.5?
The Caleb one is a freebie. So
yeah, that's the freebie.
That's the freebie, yeah. So
do we still have that, Marcos, of me throwing the lizard on Leroy?
Yeah, I'm putting it back in the system now.
Hey, and this was we been doing the show for what, 3 months?
Something like that. Not long.
Not long.
I'm sorry, even if it was 3 months, that's not throw a lizard on me kind of.
Wait, what do you mean? Wasn't it? You guys were together already for a while.
No, because we were in the old place.
No, yeah, but you guys were together already doing a show for a while, right?
Yeah, I think it was probably like a year.
Okay.
It was like around the time before hashtag third hour hit.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
In the middays, but it was a great moment in live read history.
All you have to do is go to shrpo.com for a complete list of you.
That's me literally taking a lizard and throwing it onto Leroy's script.
We had like random. Well, no. Here's the worst part.
We had wildlife there.
We had to bring the lizard from outside, so it was like
it was inside.
Oh, how about the dead roach in the hall? And I put R.I.P. I put R.I.P. over the roach. He was like,
that building had so much character. I loved it.
Character is a way to put it.
Yeah,
yes, it was.
Marcos,
yes,
Ice Beast in the giant garbage can.
What do we got today, Francis Maui Toda?
Damn Cam Ward. I was thinking about that
Oh,
one.
Cam Ward. Cam Ward was
That one got you good, Leroy.
that got me because I was like reading something, right, and then I had to like say it again in my head. Cam Ward. I'm like, oh my goodness, got him.
Frog Boy had to relive it like 2 times.
No, this is the 4th time.
This is okay. Yeah.
He hits me with the replay every time. Okay, so in today's mixed bag, Leroy, you've been very quiet about this topic. No one is pestering you too hard, but it seems
Except Vlad last night.
Oh yeah.
No. Hey, I sent Vlad a text.
Oh, I know you did, but he still hit us.
And then I responded on Twitter. Hold on. Like I said from the beginning, I have questions. I didn't say that he was going to suck.
You thought that he was going to kind of suck, though.
Everyone thinks his 40-year-old is going to
I will say, when he had that scramble, I was like, oh no. I thought a wheel was going to blow out.
When any quarterback scrambles now, I kind of feel like, except for Cam Ward, he gets out of bounds.
Yeah, he's good.
At the last second, like he peruses first.
Yeah.
So what do you got, man?
Well, yesterday, if you weren't watching Aaron Rodgers beat science, you were probably watching the most talked about moment, and that was the interaction between Aaron Rodgers and Coach Saleh. Now, if you didn't see it, Coach Saleh celebrating a now 2-touchdown victory, leans in for a hug. Aaron Rodgers reaches out both of his hands.
Stiff arms him. Almost double stiff arms him.
Double stiff. And then
So awkward.
stares at him a little like, don't you ever think about hugging me.
Right. It was very strange.
It was the eyes.
It was another weird chapter of their relationship thus far.
If somehow the Jets lost that game, it's literally all anybody would be talking about today.
100%.
Here's the deal. I thought Tobin was petty. Aaron Rodgers is petty.
Oh yeah.
Right. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like you don't have to like. I hate the fact that people think you got to like everybody you work with. You just got to work with them. You ain't got to even be friends. Like, get over yourself. So if the coach and the head coach don't get along, I don't care. As long as they can function in their necessary roles in that organization. But I will say this. You can't throw me under the bus and then the season start and I ball out and act like that stuff never happened.
That's not time for huggies?
No. You got to build up. You got to build back up to that.
What did Aaron Rodgers have to say about that?
By the way, he's supposed to say ribbit Saleh. He's already done that one. This is Aaron Rodgers on the awkward interaction with the head coach.
He's not a big hugger usually, so I don't know he was going for the hug. He likes to do the 2-hand chest push as well. So, but he talks a lot about 2-score leads. So I just kind of gave him a push and said 2-score lead. That's what happened.
Sounds like they love each other.
Yeah.
He was smiling while he said that too. He had like that little Tobin grin.
That little sheepish Aaron Rodgers grin on. Like he goes, I hate that guy's guts.
He said it right. Wow. Tobin grin.
I don't like it. I'm not sneaky like that. I say what I mean. I mean what I say.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
I don't want to be rude. Like you wanted me to be rude to Carter Verhaeghe, being like, didn't you send him to the
Arizona?
No, I said I would think about sending him to Arizona.
Oh, here we go.
He didn't come through, which he did, which is what Swaggy always does.
And then have the audacity. How come you always score the game winners?
How come you're so clutch?
And I should have said that would have been hard to do, being where he wanted to send you.
To the Yotes.
I blame me for not having the clips ready.
Man. I don't even remember. Do you save that rant?
Oh, it was an epic rant.
Well, I don't think you saved that rant. You didn't save the Yotes rant.
Yeah, absolutely, dude. You sent him to a place where hockey doesn't exist anymore. To the void.
Doesn't even matter. You're gonna say it didn't happen.
I know.
Well, I mean, he's very nefarious with his cuts. You know, he's a bit of a propagandist, this frog boy.
Propagandist.
Yep.
It's a big word for me, dog.
What else you got? Kim Jong-un?
Ooh, wow. Taking it to different nationalities.
Propaganda. Oh, so then this one was freestyle then. I actually like that.
Hi-ho, Kermit the Frog here.
We heard from the cheetah earlier in regards to whether or not the team can get it done with Skyler Thompson.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if I had to ask you, who is the spark of the offense according to Cheetah, who would you think he would say?
Knowing him, Ethan Bonner.
Honestly, yeah, knowing him.
A-Chan.
Correct, Leroy. This is a Cheetah talking about who he feels the spark of their offense is right now, Devon A-Chan.
Yeah, I really do, man. Like I'm really, I'm really hyped up to see how we pound the ball with a guy that weighs 160 pounds. But really excited about that. But yeah, man, A-Chain is different, dog. Like for him to have the amount of carries that he had last week, and then still be able to do some of the things, still hold up. Like he's a tremendous young player in this game, and I feel like if we continue to lean on him, because right now he is the spark of the offense, and we need that. We need that. Anything that we can get right now, and continue to lean on him, and we'll get through this hole, man. Every team goes through it. I was on great teams that went through it, and it's all about how we respond to it. Don't point fingers. Trust the process. Get in the film room as much as we can and figure it out.
All right.
Yep. Like the attitude.
I like it too. I like it too.
It's only week 3, though.
True. But nonetheless, like he said, he's been through it before. We don't have, Chad Henne or Alex Smith backing our boy up. But nonetheless, Terron Armstead thinks Skyler Thompson may have the stuff to find success in Seattle because he's gritty.
Ooh.
Yeah, no, the utmost confidence in him. He has confidence in himself. The thing I love about Skyler the most is his fight, his grit. He got something about him that he just, when things are tough or at his worst or not in his favor, is when he shows up the most. And I appreciate that from him. It's how we got here, a small school guy. I mean, a late draft pick, all that. Maybe not supposed to be here. Says who? That's kind of his approach, and I love that about him.
Wow, that's A1 tickets. He's got that dog in him.
Got that dog in him.
Got that dog in him.
He had to switch real quick. It's small school. I mean, he was the one.
He went to a small school.
Yeah, Toronto can reverse.
Tyler didn't come from Skyler didn't come from a small school.
Skyler went to Kansas State.
Yeah.
Terron.
Arkansas Pine Bluff. Yeah.
Do you want to know what their mascot is, Robbie?
Mustangs.
I don't know if Robbie's still in the chat or not. But they are the Golden Lions.
Golden Lions.
By the way, Vladimir has chimed in.
Oh, yeah.
Vladimir.
Wow.
And he says, Leroy.
He said relaxing caps.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow.
2-1.
Guys, it's not Jukebox. Not even Arkansas. Arkansas Pine Bluff.
I saw Arkansas play against Arkansas Pine Bluff.
Hey, is this true?
They put up 7.
As long as Mike McDaniel's been here, he's never had a losing record.
He's never had a losing record by record.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, what?
I think that is true. Because I think he's been 500,
right?
And then he finished 9-8. But no, I don't think he has had a losing record.
I mean, it's been 2 years. Was he Mike Tomlin? I'm not.
Yeah, no. He's not. It's not like he's got this incredible. He's never been 1-2.
Yeah.
So
I had straight A's in 1st and 2nd grade, dude. You think that lasted long? I'm not giving this guy
They
credit.
didn't even have grades. They did 1, 2, and 3.
I still didn't get straight A's. I lied anyway.
Not even at the start of the semester.
Not even.
Anything else in the mixed bag?
Yes. I want to know if this player is lying.
Yes.
Probably is. Leroy, you faced your former team multiple times.
What athlete is it?
This
like
is
what?
Malik Willis, former quarterback prospect for the Tennessee
Oh,
Titans.
yeah.
Now under center.
Revenge game, even though he might not play.
Really, Malik? That sucks for him. Well, at least you don't have to deal with vomit footballs. But going back, or the idea of going back to the team that drafted him and gave up on him so fast, apparently is not something that he's sweating. He says he can care less about the Titans.
No, I could care less, bro. I think I got paid the whole time I was there, bro. I'm more than blessed for the opportunity they've given me, and they brought me into this league, whether those guys are there or not. That organization, they took a shot on me, Miss Amy, and they did a great job by me, all I'm concerned.
I believe him.
Mature.
Well, he did say the most important part.
I believe I got paid.
I got paid every day I was there. He said I got paid every day I was there.
Pretty good.
That is good. All right. That is the mixed bag. Final hour coming on up. Back after this.
WQ.
you're trying to do to honor, but like you're
You
humming.
make me happy. Hey, this is what I was telling him earlier. JFig, if y'all have a barbecue or something, everybody get excited when they start playing Celia Cruz, right? What's a good name another where if you have a barbecue and this song is played or this artist is played, everybody.
You're not gonna know who it is at all.
But you know, it's Cuban. It's a Cuban thing.
Yeah.
So for black people, is Frankie Beverly and Maze. So that's why Marco's.
My family is shifts. Like there's always a different artist that gets them going.
Why are you so damn difficult?
Wow.
Right? Like you made that way more like right?
-1 for difficulty.
Right.
I'm sorry. Did you want me to be dishonest with you?
No, I'm just saying.
Maybe some deception.
Like you could have gave a artist. You could have gave an artist. Oh, they play this.
If I say an artist, you're not going to know who that person is.
That wasn't the point.
If
The
I
point
say
was-
La Nina, do you think you know who that is?
That's not the
Probably
point. The point is that everybody at their certain functions or their barbecues have somebody different. For us, it is Frankie Beverly. That's all I was getting at. Then you had to put just a screech
Now,
in the conversation.
if there's a barbecue and my dad is, if they allow us to take over, me and my dad get very excited over Led Zeppelin. So
How come it says Frankie Beverly passed away 10 days ago?
that's what I saw yesterday, but I let you have your moment.
Hold on. Let me tell you why.
Okay.
Because today, everybody was supposed to wear white to celebrate Frankie Beverly. That's
You're not
why
wearing
I'm
white?
doing it today. I'm not wearing white. No.
Yeah.
Why?
By the way, nobody's wearing a Vice shirt either. I mean, just way to go by show rules,
Okay,
everybody.
hold on.
I mean,
Everyone's
great
just
job.
Well, just because you got your rotation.
No, I'm just saying, like it's just
10 days ago.
You know, every
Listen.
time I encounter a Vice shirt and I want to buy it, it's so ugly. I can't
That's
buy
the
it.
point.
That's the point of it.
It's so ugly.
Oh. Anyway, rest in peace.
You want to know what's crazy? Tobin,
Hmm?
I know where you got that shirt.
Yep.
I have the same one that I golf in.
Do you?
Yes.
Where?
Should wear it. Headlines are brought to you by.
It would have been so this show if we wore the same damn. Let's say for Tobin, it's the Chili Steve song. No, come on. Not at a barbecue, dude.
I want my baby back, baby back, baby back, baby.
I could see you singing that over the ribs as he cooking the ribs.
Headlines brought to you by Doral Volkswagen. At Doral Volkswagen, choose from over 300 new Volkswagen models in stock, like the Tiguan, the Taos, and the Atlas. Remember, when it comes to Volkswagen, the great deals are at Doral Volkswagen. Dolphins going to travel today to Seattle to take on the Seahawks. Kickoff set for 4:05. Game day uncensored is at noon on Sunday. We'll, of course, be joined by Adam Beasley and Omar Kelly.
Get to sleep in.
Yeah, are you happy about that noon start, or do you don't like it?
I'm up anyway.
You miss early football, though.
I'm up early anyway. Yeah. So not a big deal either way. We got the Canes. I'm hyped for the Canes game.
This is their first, like, I won't say test, but I would say test in style. This game might require a little more patience than just going out there and just, being a bully, because USF is gonna try and run the football. That's what they do. Last week they damn near ran for 400.
Yeah.
So yes, that's what they're gonna try to do. Who's the is it UCF that has the quarterback? Or is it USF?
I don't know.
I think it's UCF.
At coach?
Yeah. That when you hear the name, you'll know. But yeah, so I'm interested. I'm really
Never heard of the USF coach. Alex Golish?
Gus
No.
Malzahn coaches UCF.
Oh, it's Gus Malzahn. Okay.
Are you thinking, didn't they used to be coached by Heupel?
Yeah.
Is that what you're thinking of?
Yeah, I'm thinking of
I think he's at Tennessee now, isn't he?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's a big comeuppance. They got a big game this week against Oklahoma.
Sure do. They got the game day game. By the way, Hurricanes fans, I want to let you guys know today's the day. It's No Fee Friday, where you can get your tickets without any extra fees. Today only. Grab your seats for the action without any extra costs. Don't wait. Tickets are going fast. Head to MiamiHurricanes.com/no-fee. That's MiamiHurricanes.com/no-fee. Hurry. It's today only. Last night also, the Jets make easy work of the Patriots.
Easy work. It was the best I've seen the Jets play in 2 years.
Yep.
On both sides of the ball.
We got a sneak peek of Drake May. He came in late. Jacoby Brissett got the snot kicked out of him in that game.
It was like you just
the Jets sacked the Patriots 7 times.
Hey, you know what's crazy? I'm gonna just throw that out there to New England people. After they blitz on the first 4 third downs, you think maybe you should kind of prepare for that a little bit?
There was one drive where I think their backup left tackle was in there, but the guy who was filling in, he gave up back-to-back sacks while holding. And holding badly. Like holding badly.
Like his feet never moved.
Yeah, like he held a guy, but like completely left Quinnen Williams then unblocked and got Jacoby Brissett nearly killed. And then the next play, he gave up a sack again while trying to hold. So it was bad. And then Drake May was in there for 2 seconds. He got sacked. So, not a
not a
great showing for the Patriots.
We always look at these players, especially quarterbacks, and fans are quick to say he's no good. But I heard this conversation and we've kind of had it before. What if a good quarterback goes to a bad organization? So how good if Bryce Young had ended up in Houston and CJ Stroud would have ended up in Carolina, would we be talking about Bryce Young the way we're talking about CJ Stroud?
I don't know.
Right.
I don't know. I tell you one thing though, like when the Carolina Panthers played Dolphins, he had some nice throws, Bryce Young.
Okay.
You still on that? He's not even playing quarterback for them anymore.
That's such a vague.
They decided to go. Think about this.
How can anyone fact check that? Statement.
Here's the more incredible thing.
That's a nice
Everybody wants to get their young quarterback in the game and play them as soon as possible. And I've sometimes complained about that.
So
when you look at all of the success that some guys have had, they usually sat for a period of time. But now we're just pushing them into place, learn on the fly. But what if your team is bad and your organization is bad and you're thrust into that situation and you don't have success? Is that your fault or their fault?
I think it's their fault.
Because I'm going to tell you like this. Man, Andy Dalton, that's your answer?
Oof.
Like you're saying to your number 1 pick in the draft.
Oof.
You are so bad that we're going to play Andy Dalton, who nobody even knew was backing you up.
It's crazy. Let's take a break.
Jennifer, is she frozen?
I think she is frozen.
I know, because look, I'm like, what are you looking
Looks
at?
very confused.
She's really
She looks like that thinking emoji.
Right.
She was pondering.
She's plotting murdering.
She was looking at her playlist for the next barbecue.
Yeah, you know what? She's probably got Slug Vampire as her. That's what gets the people going. Rockville. Take a break. Back after this.
WQAM broadcast.
Welcome back. Tobin and Leroy here
Gotta
with
hit that part.
you.
Gotta hit that.
Is JFig frozen again? Or is she trolling us?
No, she's trolling us.
No, it just keeps going in and out. I don't know if you can hear me well.
Whoa.
Me? I don't know. I got PTSD from that. I'm like, oh God, what do I do?
We were talking about a game. We were asking Jimmy from the Hockman and Crowder show, was he at the Mike Mordecai game? And he was not.
No, he was not there.
He was,
but he was at some pretty impressive games.
He was at Levon 15 strikeouts in the NLCS.
Pretty good.
Game 4 of the World Series, Alex Gonzalez. That was at the game 2. That was, of course, Miguel Cabrera also took Roger Clemens deep.
Cool.
After he got a little chin music.
After he got a little dust back. And then we were talking because Marcos was saying that he went to, what was it, a triple overtime?
Yeah. Well, I found out it was a miraculous comeback. We were down 33-10 in the third against the Gators. This was in the Orange Bowl. And Frank Gore, Brock Berlin led a comeback. And it was an amazing game. I think it may have gone into like overtime, but I just remember down 33-10. And my dad's like, let's beat traffic. Let's get out of here, kid. And then we're listening.
You weren't alone.
Yeah, I know, but it's like, and then I remember another game. I was like, oh yeah, this was another classic moment. The Notre Dame beat down that the Canes did a few years ago. Blacked out at the tailgate, never made it inside.
Wow.
You know what I call that game?
What?
I call that the season ticket game. Because me and Fonz had season tickets. So we went to all the Canes games that year.
That was a good game, though.
I asked him if he wanted to go get season tickets for the Dolphins or season tickets for the Canes. He said, I want the Canes because I like the bands.
Who, sometimes wouldn't face you or sometimes not come at all.
True.
What now?
I said sometimes they would face the wrong direction.
Oh,
the bands.
My goodness. That was
or sometimes they wouldn't come at all.
The worst.
I was talking Marcos was talking about games that he had been to, epic comeback, like missing epic. I don't think that's ever happened to me as a sports fan.
Yeah.
I never had like a Ray Allen situation where I was like, no, and I missed it. But I did miss an epic loss one time.
Which is like
my wife and I went to, there was the first season of the Big Three. And those games, big stakes, right? So we went, it was, and it had been like the last game we've gone to, because then I started like, I was either producing broadcasts or covering the games. So we just went as fans. And it was the Heat versus the Jazz. And Heat fans will probably already know the game I'm talking about immediately when I mention that. Heat Jazz, November 2010. The Heat were killing the Jazz. Killing them, Leroy. I'm like, in the bag. What do we got to stay for? I thought we were going to see Big Z by the fourth quarter. Like, no point in sticking around. So we're like, hey, let's beat traffic. Let's go home. We lived in Delray, so it was a far drive. It was an epic trek. And, she falls asleep. I still got the game on the radio. And, of course, it's Mike Inglis. And we all know one thing about Mike Inglis.
He tell you how it is.
Tell you how it is, and especially if you're letting a lead slip. And most of the time with Mike Inglis,
he'll say that and you'll still be up by 20.
Exactly. Mike Inglis will sound like you'll be up 20. If you're up 16, he'll be like, well, the Heat are letting the back door open here. Here it goes. But this one was actually legit. His anger was legit because Paul Millsap started cooking the Heat. He could not miss. And Paul Millsap led the Jazz, I think, as they're still their biggest comeback I think they were down 22 at halftime. He scored 46 points and led the Jazz to a comeback victory over the Miami Heat. I'm like, thank God I didn't stay for that game. Because if I was there and I would have been miserable.
Oh, I would
Now,
imagine
that is
so.
now, I think at halftime it was 51-32. And then somehow they lost 116-114.
Oof.
And not good. 10 points. And because it went to overtime as well.
Brutal.
They let up 42 points in that fourth quarter.
Gee.
What a drive home.
You know how hard it is to
You guys don't really, like, it's not only that, but it's also like I don't know what their record was at that point, because that's pretty early in the season, November 9th.
5-3.
Yeah, so it wasn't, we were leading into Bumpgate. because every game had heavy stakes.
Bump gate.
Yeah, every game was just like a monster epic stakes. It's like, oh man, they lose this.
Everybody was like, it's funny because people still talk about that team like, I don't like when stars get together, right? Even though they weren't the first team to do it. Boston was.
Yeah,
so,
dude, Leroy, nobody cares about Paul Pierce, dude.
I know.
Nobody gives a rat's ass about that guy.
I hate that guy.
I know.
Who cares about Paul
He's
Pierce?
The worst, actually.
You know, nobody cares about.
He does that show with Joy.
He pooped himself,
I
dude.
can't believe Joy's ended up working with Skip Bayless and Paul Pierce.
Strange.
I haven't mentioned that on social media or anything, but that is funny.
Show favorites.
You want to talk about two people like that? That show was ripping more than anybody. Paul Pierce, Skip Bayless. She's working with both of them.
Careful.
Hilarious. Let's get to You Dead to Me, huh?
Oh,
Dead to me.
dead to me.
Dead to me.
I should have the bed ready. Look.
You're dead to me. Bury him.
Take him a time.
Dead to me.
Take him a time.
Miami Hurricanes fans, by the way. Today's the last day. It's No Fee Friday where you can get tickets without any extra fees. Grab your seats, catch all the action, and no extra cost. Don't wait. Tickets are going fast. MiamiHurricanes.com/no fee. That is today only. I'll go first. It's you guys as a show. You're dead to me.
Whoa!
You dismissed my idea of two things today. One, the fact that Shohei Ohtani, we don't know that Shohei Ohtani wasn't inspired by Dontrell Willis as a wee lad in Japan.
I think we know.
We don't know.
I'm almost positive.
How old is Dontrell?
How old is Dontrell Willis? I would guess 41-ish.
11 years older, and you think that he's...
But he was 10, 11? 42, Dontrell Willis.
So you think, let me get this straight. A young, aspiring baseball player in Japan is like, oh, father, can we please put on the Marlins? Really? No.
I don't know if he was...
No.
Why?
No, reverse
dead. Reverse dead. This isn't a boomerang.
You think I'm watching? You think some Japanese kid is watching Dontrell Willis?
You don't think they watch the little ESPN?
No disrespect, Dontrell. Let's not make sure we say that.
Oh yeah, too late. Too late. D-Train, dude. He could hit. He could pitch. Ohtani's like, I could do both. Why can't I do that? But I'll do it more. Papa. And also, you dismissed the Mike Mordecai game, which is really upsetting to me.
You can't.
Because it's Mike Mordecai.
But it was a big game, dude. It's a big game. And
you have to be a real fan to remember that game.
It was a great game. It was a great game. And then finally, you guys are back.
How many home runs while he was here? 3.
Yeah, but the big knocks, baby. Big knocks. And he would do anything. Mike Mordecai, he'd catch. He'd play any position. But let me ask you this.
Real utility guy.
When do you guys think you're going to be better teammates? Because the fact you guys don't like Easy Breezy, I don't know what to tell you.
Oh, I mean, you try to push these onto us, and if we don't like them, we're dead.
Why you? Can I ask you a question?
You're dead to me. No support.
Because we don't agree with that.
Let me explain something to you. First of all, stop passing crap down like you corporate. Right? like, what are you doing? Passing thoughts down like you corporate. No. We don't operate like that. I'm gonna say this.
Who's that to you?
There are people that really have a problem or really suggesting that Shohei Ohtani is not one of the greatest to ever do it. And I'm gonna say
there's no way.
This dude is the only person. No. There were. I was perusing Twitter. He's the only person.
Haters.
He's the only person that could probably be in the Hall of Fame at 2 positions: DH and pitcher. Think about that. Think of another sport that plays multiple positions. That's if Deion was, just imagine if Deion Sanders had been a Hall of Famer at DB and at wide receiver. Like, it's crazy. So all those people are dead to me. Like, I think sometimes we watch sports for the wrong reasons, right? Maybe that's the gambling aspect of it, but we don't watch sports anymore to see great things. And I think we should just sit back and appreciate what this man has done, because guess what? You ain't never seen it in your lifetime. Your father has never seen it in his lifetime. Your grandfather has never seen it, because it's never happened before.
It's amazing.
And that's pretty amazing that you can say, hey, I was living in South Florida when Shohei Ohtani became the first person to hit 50-50, go 50-50. Everybody's going to remember that. Even though you cheap bastards didn't go to the game, that's a whole different discussion.
Jeez. Strong.
I'm just saying. Just something that's never been done in the history of the sport, and they have
What are the
15,000.
What are the negative tweets you're seeing about Shohei Ohtani?
Yeah, can I hear some of those if possible?
Overrated, pick a position. Like, what are the what
Something
takes
like
could you
that.
have on that guy?
Like, one of them was like, I mean, you still can't consider him one of the greatest players. I'm like, think about this, buddy. Back when Babe Ruth was playing, he only played against other white guys. He didn't play against guys from different countries. He didn't play from other Japanese players. He didn't play from Cubans. He didn't play for Dominicans, right? He only played against white dudes. So throw that in the mix.
Yeah. But Oyster Burn.
Oh,
Murderer.
Oh, you're talking to me. Okay.
You know who I'm talking to.
Yes.
You know what I'm talking to. Well, we had to make sure you wasn't frozen, because that last stare.
We gotta get that.
Were you guys making fun of me?
Oh my goodness.
How did I look? Was it awful?
It looked like you were looking off into the sunset as like the thinker. Like,
Yeah, you look like the thinking emoji.
yeah.
Oh, I was doing the newsletter. I'm sorry.
No, I know I won't be in it. You don't have to apologize.
This is the WQAM one, okay? So you are on it.
Oh.
Glenn! Keeps keeping me out of the newsletter.
I'm gonna do it on purpose next time.
He's not there.
No, he's not.
Yeah.
Hasn't been here all. I haven't seen him all week. I've been here all week.
No?
Where's he been?
Yesterday he was here. Interestingly.
He wasn't here
2 days ago,
yesterday.
2 days ago. Sorry, 2 days ago.
Tuesday he was there, actually.
All right. What do you got, JFig? Who's that to you?
Well, I don't know if you guys have seen this, but there is a Chinese zoo who is just lying to us. And you know how we feel about deception over here.
Not great.
Not great.
Why? How are they lying?
Apparently, they're painting dogs to look like pandas.
I don't believe this.
No.
I don't believe.
Look at this picture. Tell me that it's not a dog, okay?
Wait a minute.
This is
I'm
gotta be
sorry.
a
Is that not a dog?
There is nobody going to that zoo saying,
There's no way that's
Well, apparently they uncovered this whole situation because there was a visitor who was being barked at.
Yes.
Since when do pandas bark?
Oh, they
Hold on.
bark. Everyone's heard
Hold
of
on.
panda bark before.
What? Where are we in the world where people are so stupid that you can't see that's a damn dog?
That's a very cute dog too.
That's a panda. How do you know? How many pandas have you seen up close?
Really? How many pandas have you seen on all fours? Normally they sit up.
It's kind of like when you're going to Central Florida and like, we got live gators, and they're like little 4-footers, like little.
Oh, yeah.
Like, oh, thanks.
Dude, that's
so glad.
No, you say I want to see the gator with the intangible with his head in his mouth. That's how big I want him to be.
Those are fun. Go to the shows down here at Hollywood Park.
I'd be so scared. I'd be so scared. Good fishing there though. You got to go back into. You got to take the boat back into the cut though.
Froggy,
that museum that we have though downtown, I forgot what it's called, but when they first opened it, they had pictures that they had sharks in their tanks, and the pictures were so not it because there were like sharks of all sizes and there were so many of them, and when you get there, you saw probably 2 baby
at the
ones.
Frost Museum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or the is that it? That's what
Didn't a bunch of sharks die there? They like mysteriously died in that tank.
Yeah, JFig.
because it's not
Want
the
to sell some
ocean
But then why give false advertisement about it?
to get you to pay to go there. Like, there's no penalty.
It
There's
is
no
not
penalty for doing that.
I've been there when the Sharks are good. Like it's looked really nice, but I think
You've
they
seen
had like
more than 2 sharks?
Oh yeah,
That were babies?
I've been there before with the Sharks being full fledged. But there was a thing I think they had. I don't know the details of it, so I don't want to spread too much. But I'm pretty sure like they had many sharks with mysterious deaths at the Frost Museum. They're like, what?
Maybe it's haunted.
I don't know. Well, who's dead to you?
Me personally, someone who has been dead to us before. His last name is Tatum. It makes you want to hate him. He's done it again. Jason Tatum gets a tattoo of himself kissing the trophy.
No. That has to be fake.
Right there,
That has to be fake.
dude.
That has to be fake.
Tatum kissing the
A
trophy.
tattoo of yourself? Of what?
Yes, man. Right on the back there. Kissing the trophy.
Are you bleeping kidding me?
Kind of looks like Kobe.
That's a whole new level.
Wow.
Yeah,
He is the lamest.
Too much, right?
Jason Hatem. Jason Hatem indeed. That
Oh,
is the next level of cringe. And for that reason, my friend, you're dead to me.
A man who will never do that, even though he could. He could get a tattoo of himself kissing the Stanley Cup on his back. Great hair.
From
Anton
Arizona.
Lundell.
Oh, yeah.
Lundy sat down with us at Panthers Media Day. If you guys missed it, we'll bring that to you. Everybody have a great weekend. On top of that, we'll talk to you rascals on Monday.
This hour of Tobin and Leroy is sponsored by
That's a great head of hair. Anton
That's a
Lundell
great
has.
head of hair.
That is.
I'm past. I'm past the days of hair.
Yeah.
One of the luxuries in life I do not have anymore.
Well,
hair. Well, no, when you get old, your hair stops growing on your head and it grows out of your nose and your ears.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah. Anton, appreciate the time, man. How are you?
I'm good. Thanks for having me, guys.
Congratulations. It's not supposed to be this easy. For everybody else is like grinding for years. I know you've probably been playing hockey since before you could walk, but at 22 years old, already a champion. That has to feel pretty damn good.
Yeah, I mean, it feels unbelievable. Everything has happened pretty fast in my last 2 years since I came here to Florida to try to get the NHL spot, which I didn't even know. It wasn't like guaranteed. I was coming to the camp and I didn't know if I'm gonna go back to Europe, stay here, go to HL. So everything has happened fast, but I just trying to improve every day and enjoying every day.
And now you're a champ at 22. That's awesome.
What? How cool was it to see? I saw some of the Cub went to Finland and whatnot. Like, what was the response there like? Because I saw like Barkov had a day there and like an arena. You guys had your own float in the parade. Was there an extra level of special to have that grouping on this team for your country?
Oh yeah, for sure. Just overall, for me coming here, I didn't talk this good, or I wasn't confident to even talk English when I came here. So the help I've got from these guys over the 3 years has been huge, and to be able to share something like this with your closest friends, it was unbelievable. And we've been together pretty much every day, we see each other more than guys see their families, because we travel a lot, we practice a lot, so it's been a really fun time to be around these guys.
You guys were just at the Heat Arena, yeah?
Yeah.
How was that experience? Because they've won their champions, but there's nothing like the Stanley Cup. Like, were they all kind of in awe when you guys brought the trophy there?
Yeah, so it was a very cool moment, It's a sport that's one of the biggest sports in the world, and to be able to see the locker rooms and meet some of the coaches and some of the players was special. Even to see on the walls, they had unbelievable great pictures of their parades, their winning teams, pictures of them celebrating. It was cool because there's a lot of history in that arena and in that organization. So for us to be able to bring one cup, I know they have a few more over the years, but
there's nothing like the Stanley Cup.
Everybody wants that damn cup.
There is nothing like the Stanley Cup.
But overall, just like all of the coaches and the guys, they were very interested about how we do things. They were asking us questions and thoughts, so it was cool to see. You got both sides. We obviously followed them, but to see that they were living with us during the playoff run, so that was cool to hear.
Are you as crazy for basketball as Barkov is? Because Barkov loves the Heat. I remember the game where D Wade knocked him in the head as he was sitting in the stands.
Not as big a fan as him, but he actually took me to a couple of the games, so it's been fun to see it as myself too.
What we were asking just Carter about this, the insane scene that was the parade. Because I was sitting in a safe spot. I was at a restaurant, second level, and I'm just watching the lightning crash all over the place. The rain's coming down, and everybody's just so happy and acting like maniacs. Like, what is the thing that you immediately go to when you think about parade day?
Just having a blast. Like, no worries, just enjoying it. A lot of people ask me what was the most fun thing about winning, and I always say like the first night when the families came to the locker room, we shared a moment. Everybody was so happy, moms, dads, kids, grandfathers, grandmothers, everybody who wanted to come was there. But the parade, same thing. We had the buses. It was really good organized the whole thing. There was families in the buses. We had so much fun. It rained, didn't matter. We're not made of sugar, so we went through it. but overall, it was such a fun day to be able to share with the whole city and the whole South Florida.
You take this summer now, like at your age, I know you got, even more, big time goals for yourself. So like was there get right back to work for you? Cause you're still, early in your career. And so the next steps that you want to take, like, did you work on anything specific this summer, or was it more just healing your body? Cause that was a hell of a back-to-back runs that you guys had.
Yeah. For me, it was hard to really understand how big it was to win. You kind of start to understand the longer the time goes, but to see the guys like Kyle Okposo being in the league for such a long time, winning the cup, just emotions. To be honest, it's hard to put myself in his shoes. I'm still so early on, but I know it's hard to win. You won't even make the playoff every year. Hopefully we do, but do not take it as it's gonna happen every year. Was the goal for me. But the summer, you celebrate it for a while, but at some point you wanna turn page. You wanna get back to work. You wanna improve yourself and be sure you're gonna win it again. Come ready to camp and be hungrier than before.
Anton Lundell, thanks for the time, man. We really appreciate you. Congratulations.